this. Fresh off the Palm Beach County, that's where I'm from. Where niggas get gunned down and left slung from. Thumbs up for fucking round. This ain't accounting for you bitches to come around.
What up? What up? And welcome to another episode of the unofficial podcast, the National Football League, the world famous and critically acclaimed 5-6 Kings podcast. I'm David Breen. With me, as always, my dear friend and co-host, Braden Bullard. Braden, how are you, man?
David, the way you set that up it's nice. Makes me feel good. But I'm actually doing pretty good.
Good. It would be interesting if it didn't and you didn't like it. I've been doing that exact intro.
And it took until now.
For almost the entire time we've done. Unofficial podcast, National Football League.
My dear friend and co-host.
So I'm trying to think, unofficial, like that was months in.
Yeah.
That wasn't right away.
No.
Because it was the McDonald's ad where they said we're the unofficial community center of all communities.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense, nothing thing to refer to yourself as. So now we're the unofficial podcast, the National Football League.
Just rolls right off the tongue. But no, definitely similar cadence and pace every single time. Probably the exact same.
To a degree.
But it's a good hype to a good, like, how are you, man? Like, it goes from hype to sweet.
To wholesome, you know?
Yeah.
Like
And
it's my buddy.
yeah.
It's my dear friend and my co-host, Braden Bullard.
And I just want to let you know I appreciate that.
There we go, man.
Yeah. But I'm doing great. Better than good, which is what I said a couple seconds ago, because we just closed on the apartment. The people who bought the apartment, if you're watching this, thanks. We appreciate you. I hope you enjoy the apartment.
When are they able to back out?
No, it's done.
Braden pulled out all of the copper, all the copper pipes and shit before you got there.
Motherfucker!
He fucking ransacked the place.
Should have double checked.
It is you guys bought a nightmare.
Yeah, I kind of swindled the. Is it swindled? Is that the word?
I mean, keep
When-
talking. And
Yeah, I swindled the inspector. So that's why you guys didn't catch on to the copper that David was talking
he
about.
was fucking the inspector. That's what he meant to say. He was fucking the inspector in exchange for his silence.
And it worked.
There we
So
go.
thank you guys. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. A lot of
I mean,
hard.
you don't care if they enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy their money.
That's right.
You enjoy all that money.
Think of the power. Yeah. So it's been going good, and tomorrow or the next day is gonna be hard because I won't be able to walk. I had a killer leg day. Shout out to Rob, my cousin. He's a fucking animal, and you know it's going good. But soon I won't be able to stand or sit. I'll be in one fixed position for probably 48 hours. Yeah. How are you doing?
I don't believe that. You say that. I don't believe you'll be in. Do you not have anything going on the next 48 hours?
No, I do.
Where you're going to be in one fixed position? I think what you meant to say is your legs are going to be sore.
Yeah, but like in a
You wanted
really
everyone to know you had a
extreme
really
way.
hard workout.
Everyone.
And that
should
your
know.
legs are sore now.
Feels like
And that
noodles.
people, like, if you work out, like, the next day and the day after, you're typically more sore
Yeah.
than you are right after the workout.
I'm thinking I'm going to use Professor X's wheelchair, and it's going to be like hovering, like an
You know
inch
what,
off
you know
the
what I
ground.
did once? When I was, like, leg day,
Yeah.
because I work out all the time.
Yeah.
I got, like, fucking icy hot, like, the thing, like, the sleeves.
You just bought a bunch to wrap,
I just, like, pulled it. No, it's like a sleeve. I can get it, like, for your arm and shit.
but you got
it's a
enough
sleeve.
to wrap your whole body?
No, I got it. I just, like, put it on each leg.
Oh.
And I swear to God, I, like, put it around each leg, like, up here, and I taped it so it would stay. Went to sleep.
Oh, this could be bad.
No.
Oh.
Woke up, took it off. Legs were fucking fresh.
Whoa!
like, so...
Damn, shout out to Shaq.
Yeah, you got to shout out to Shaq.
Man.
You got a CVS across the street, man.
I actually thought you were going to say something like way worse. Like I woke up and my legs were...
I cut off the circulation.
Yeah. And
Had to go to the hospital and
Yeah.
all that stuff. None of that.
something
luckily.
about the icy hot, too. Like it just fucking wore away the skin.
Well,
Now my
'cause-
skin's all like...
Well, first it's icy to numb pain, and then it's hot to relax it away.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's
then
what it does. It's
a good-
icy and hot.
it's a balance.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
you got to have the balance. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
got to.
Wow. Damn.
Got to. The guys who don't, they're the ones who get it the worst. They're the ones who don't make it.
That's right. Oh, but how are you doing, David?
Doing well.
Talk to me.
Doing well. I'm trying to think when we recorded the last thing we recorded.
Well, we were walking tall last time we recorded.
We were. So it was Walking Tall.
Yep. Chest up.
Yeah. I re-listened, and I don't know what the fuck I was talking about.
What do you mean?
I gave the phrase, no word should have sent a poet.
I didn't know.
I gave it to Jurassic Park. It's not Jurassic Park.
Oh.
It's not. We reviewed Jurassic
That
Park.
sounds like an Othello thing.
Nobody said it's not Othello. It's not anything. It's Contact with Jodie Foster.
Oh.
Is what it is.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was giving it to Laura Dern.
Fucking
And confidently in there.
You
and I
piece of
listened
shit.
and I was like, yeah, no word should have sent a poet, like some Jurassic Park shit. And like as I was listening, I was like, what the fuck am I talking about? Jurassic Park shit. I was like, it's definitely not Jurassic Park.
I really hope someone 100% knew what you were talking about and was just so pissed off.
You're like, Jurassic Park.
You're
You're a fucking movie podcast. You think they said that in Jurassic Park? What the fuck is wrong with you?
You guys already covered those fucking movies.
Yeah, I really hope.
Yeah.
I hope they're mad.
Let us know if you were like, really pissed off and upset at David for what he did.
Let Braden know. Don't let me know.
Yeah. Let me know
Yeah.
so I could bring it up and tear him down. That's what I do. I look
we
for
go.
anything I can get just to
What you
tear
always
David
do.
down.
You're a real piece of shit.
That's right. That's what
Real
friends are
piece
for.
of shit. The my week was solid. I don't know what the fuck happened.
It just
Work.
starts to bleed together.
Yeah, work went to Nevs with Braden and Hoff.
That was a highlight.
That was great. The dude was there eating all the food.
Oh, man.
Way too handsome of a dude, by the way.
I know you're going to somewhat disagree, but it is Zac Efron's doppelganger, whatever the fuck you call it. Doppelganger. Doppel.
Doppel.
It's doppel.
It's Doppel.
It's a weird word. What is it? Fucking German? Doppelganger. Yeah. You guys get what I'm saying. But it looks like him. I actually just saw another picture of Zac Efron the other day. I was like, that looks a lot like that dude. And the dude swole because you shared his shit, and I was like, let me go see what this dude's.
Braden did not stop. We were around. By the way, but there was an old woman sitting there, and
Oh,
Braden
damn.
was like,
No.
Braden kept saying food porn, which was fine. Like no one, it wasn't funny, but like so like no one was really like giving him anything. And then he's like, yeah, and like next thing we know, he's just in there and he's got guys who come in, they start gangbanging the food and all that stuff. Starts, what the fuck are you doing, man? He's like, what? I was like, there's a nice old woman right here sitting here. And he's like, come on.
I think I was trying to say
she doesn't care.
This is like the gangbang of food porn because he had so many meats on one platter, and he's taking them. And he's grabbing them.
You kept saying food porn, and no one was like laughing at it.
But the guy was getting very sexual with it. Like he would get up to the camera.
Yeah, it's not sexual.
But he's
promoting Nev's delicious barbecue, and he's like, look how fucking great this meat is.
But he would squeeze the juice like in his mouth.
He never squeezed it.
Oh,
he would eat it. He never like wrung out the juices.
I don't know.
Like,
Either he was too attractive, or I
he was
saw
so good looking.
Maybe that was the reason.
Also, Brayton wouldn't stop talking about how big his bones were. To the point, like, he kept saying it.
It was
and
big.
he's like, right? And we're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? He's like, look at his fucking wrist. And then we looked, we're like, all right, he's got like an extra bone sticking out. We're like, this guy's big boned. All right, Brayton's spot on.
It must be all that. And then I'm starting to think like, okay, yeah, he weightlifts. Because I went to his profile and I was like, dude, the buddy's swole. Like he's swole. He's low key like a little bodybuilder or something.
He's a model.
He's not just a model.
Model versus food.
Yeah, he's a fucking bodybuilder. But he knows some type of science of diet where he's like, oh, well, if I eat 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds of food in one sitting and do like a 2-day fast, I'll get fucking yoked. I'm sure that's part of his equation to the big boneness that he has.
I think he's just naturally big boned,
All right, whatever.
Some people are naturally big boned.
And some people can eat 15 pounds of food in 20 minutes.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
It was actually pretty fucking crazy to see. But
it was nothing compared to what we did, but
yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
Well, we actually had the brownie.
Also, I tagged that asshole twice. No, thank you.
Yeah, what's up,
No,
bro?
thank you. I'm promoting your fucking shit to dozens of people. Oh, you got 34,000 followers. You don't give a fuck?
Yeah,
You know what's really great though?
I know what you're gonna say. I think I know what you're gonna say.
I don't think you do.
Oh,
I
let's
brought
see.
all that weird, angry energy. He was such a nice guy.
Ah,
He was so fucking nice.
Yeah, he was really nice. I'm sure he's just too busy, too many DMs to see ours. It's got to be what it is. There's no way he saw and was like,
He
"Fuck
saw
this guy."
He saw. Let's
Oh,
not.
shit.
Yeah, let's not pretend like it's not. He saw and chose not to. But you know what?
the truth's
Good
out
on
there.
good on him.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't need us.
No. He's like, "Fuck it."
But you know what? You know what was great though?
He's like, oh yeah. He's tagging me out of the goodness. He wants me to fucking share his shit.
yeah.
And then thousands of people flock over to the 5-6 Kings because they're the best goddamn podcast in the business.
That's right.
The best goddamn one.
Yeah. You know, I was actually a little bit jealous. I was
How
like,
big
oh,
boned he is.
yeah, well, that, and then, you know, it's like, man, Nev's got our back, but, you know, this guy's packing heat, coming in with all these followers, doing a big challenge. Here we are outside, just like,
We're just eating.
we're just eating
Yeah.
and just,
We paid for our food.
yeah, we paid for ours, and we're just like watching this guy. We stayed after we ate to watch
We
him.
did. We stayed there because we were checking out, and like when Tommy was ringing me up, and he's like, "Hey, if you guys are sticking around, there's a dude coming here at 5, and he's gonna eat a rack of ribs, 2 pounds of brisket, a pound of pulled pork, a pound of sausage, a pound of chicken." I was like, "What? The fuck are you saying to me right now?" He's like, "It's crazy. This guy, he does it on YouTube. Oh, he just goes around eating all this food." I was
And-
like, all right, yeah, I guess I'm staying.
The word around Nev's, too, was he's going to do it in 20 minutes. Now, we timed him, came out to 29.
Yeah.
But I think that was just a mess up.
I
And
think
it was supposed
he was
to be
going to
30.
do it in under 30 minutes is what it always was, and he did.
Yeah.
And he totally could have
Oh,
done
he-
it in 20. He was being a fucking shit.
That's what I'm saying. He was
He's
being
like showing the meat,
he was
like
getting sexual.
talking
taking
about
his
stuff.
time.
He's asking Tommy questions about the food as he's eating it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
He didn't just sit down and be like, "Oh, I gotta eat, I gotta get this done." He like savored it, enjoyed it.
Yeah. My favorite part, though, was when that woman did not know how famous that dude was compared to the 5-6 Kings. That was a highlight for
That was
sure.
great.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
great. She's like, I don't know. Is he bigger than the 5? I don't know.
Who-
She's like, who the fuck are the 5-6 Kings? Are they bigger than him? I was like, no. I was like, we're the 5-6 Kings. He's a lot bigger than us.
And that's the best part. Just have no awareness.
Yeah. She had no clue.
And she had no idea she was talking to the 5-6
She had
Kings.
no idea. Then she's like, oh, the video.
Oh my God!
The world famous video that everyone's talking about.
I've heard so much about you guys.
Yeah. All right. Enough Nevs. They
Yeah.
don't.
They don't.
Yeah. We're gonna keep talking. They gotta start giving us more free food. You know, we're not gonna spend our whole episode talking about the. It's delicious. Go there.
Yeah.
I'll always say
definitely.
that, but
Yeah, I'll probably be by sometime this week, but
yeah, definitely. I'm there every week. I'm there too often.
but yeah,
So-
your week was good.
Week was good.
Nice.
As Braden, so we didn't get to talk Dolphins last week,
Ah.
other than when I boiled over with rage when the Walking Tall football game got a little chippy. So I had to talk about Josh Allen.
Yeah, I did get a bit chippy. That's right.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Dolphins shirt.
Very nice.
Last time, for a little while,
Yeah.
probably, There might be something that happens in the offseason where I'm like, I'm wearing the Dolphins shirt on the show this week.
Big news, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, it won't be a coaching hire. Like, I won't come on next week and be like, Vic Fangio's the defensive coordinator. Check it. You know what? Hopefully, by the time this is airing, Vic Fangio is the
That would
defensive
be
coordinator.
crazy.
So I'm just wearing it because of that. There we go.
Wow.
That's what it is. So, whole season. Kind of just a brief. I won't take too long doing this, but I talk about the Dolphins weekly. Figure I'll give a little season wrap up.
Break it down. Let them know. Maybe the coach is listening. Maybe someone's listening and they need to hear this.
No shot, and they don't need to hear it.
All right.
This is for Mike Breen. This is for David Straley. There we go.
Yeah.
So everything I felt during the season still holds true. I don't think they're far away from being a legitimate Super Bowl contender.
Ooh.
I think people who thought they started 8-3 and they ended 9-9, including the playoff game. Obviously, that's fucking dog shit
Yeah.
to finish the year like that. But it was a first-time head coach who was also a first-time play caller. If the Dolphins wanted to have a 1-year window, go win a Super Bowl, and really compete, they should have hired Doug Peterson. Like, you should have, and you can fucking replay the tape. I said that during the offseason. I said if they want to, like, compete right away, go get someone who's not a first-time head coach. Go get Doug Peterson. Go get fucking whoever. And they didn't do that. They got Mike McDaniel. I'm stoked they got Mike McDaniel because I think long-term he's going to be great. I think the players have fully bought into what he's doing. I think Tua, when he plays, phenomenal.
Yeah.
When he played, he was legitimately an MVP candidate. He was great. The like sad truth with him is they're gonna, for at least next year, but like likely as long as he's on the team, they're gonna have to have a good backup.
Yeah.
Which sucks. You'd like to be in a spot where, like, Skylar Thompson shouldn't be the QB2 next year.
Yeah.
That sucks because you'd like to be in a spot where you have your franchise quarterback and you have a backup QB who's like a 3rd, 4th, 5th round pick on a rookie deal, and you're just kind of cycling through those guys.
Yeah.
But if Tua's going to miss significant time every season, which so far he has, you have to pay it back up. and it can't be Teddy Bridgewater. It can't be Jacoby Brissett. Maybe Gardner Minshew. He's out there. Gardner Minshew fucking shows up when he plays. Sam Darnold's a free agent. Marcus Mariota's probably going to get cut by the Falcons because he's making too much. Like, they need to get someone like that who can start 4 or 5 games in the season.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask. Like, do you think that they're going to use that second-string quarterback for certain games or certain parts of the game to where this way they don't try to? Okay.
Tua will play as many games, as
you
many
don't think they're going
snaps
to try
as
and
he can.
save him?
No.
Okay.
No. Because you don't...
I'm sure there's like a fine line of like if he doesn't play enough, he's going to be like a little shaky, and at the same time, like
it's your quarterback, and it's different because you don't want like you got Tyreek Hill on your team,
yeah,
you got Jalen Waddle, like you don't want these guys to be like Teron Armstead, who's a Pro Bowl left tackle who played through injury all season, and then it's like we're sitting the starting QB and playing the backup.
Yeah,
well, I'm hurt, so I don't want to block for the backup QB.
Yeah.
Like fuck you guys. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I signed up to come to Miami to play with Tua.
Yeah.
Not fucking Gardner Minshew. Not
True.
Skylar Thompson. Like,
yeah.
If Tua's hurt and can't play, you do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna have him on a pitch count. Like, no, he's the quarterback. He's the leader.
Yeah.
It's not he's not a running back where you're like, we'll do that. He's got to play. If he's playing, he has to play every snap.
Yeah.
He has to play every game. People who are like, even if Tua's medically cleared, he shouldn't play. It's a dog shit opinion. So, like, unless you're also of the opinion that professional football should not be a thing.
Yeah, you're just talking about head injuries.
Yeah, because like that's if he's cleared by a doctor and he wants to play.
Yeah.
He's an adult. The doctors have cleared him. He should play.
Yeah.
If he chooses not to, good for him.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
that's
on
fucking
him.
I won't be stoked.
Yeah.
Because I love Tua, but I'd be like, whatever. He's doing what he thinks is best for him.
Yeah.
But people are like, even if he's cleared, he should just retire. This is bad. Like, well, then you're saying football shouldn't exist,
Yeah.
which is a whole other conversation. There's people who think that.
Yeah.
Football maybe shouldn't exist.
Well, I mean, I definitely think it does, and I definitely think that, I think it's inevitable you're going to get a certain amount of concussions playing football for the majority of your life, especially if you're a professional, but...
I had 3 in high school, like for sure concussions.
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily, like, I had the...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess luckily, I thought drugs were way more fun than playing football, and I was like, well, I'd rather drink and do the drugs than... like work out and go run and do all this shit, so I'm gonna stop doing that. But like legitimately, like I played through sophomore year.
Yeah,
and I had 3 concussions because I played reckless and wasn't smart, and I wasn't very good. Like I wasn't like a super athlete.
Yeah,
so I just had to hustle and like fucking go in and get my nose in on every play.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I made an impact.
Yeah,
that's how you get concussions though.
Yeah,
like,
and it's just it's inevitable, and I think that like. I think you're right with like what you're saying, but at the same time, I think that there should be, I don't know, like I think players should try to play smart if they know that they're maybe in a more vulnerable position to maybe get another concussion.
For sure. We got way off. This isn't the conversation
Yeah, exactly.
we want to have.
No, yeah.
Tua should absolutely play unless he chooses not to.
Yeah.
And then respect his decision. Good for him. Good luck.
Yeah.
But I think if he can play and he's healthy, I think he's an elite quarterback. Running backs this year, we're going position by position. It'll be quicker. Tua was obviously going to be the longest.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert exceeded expectations drastically going into the year. It was Chase Edmonds. It was maybe Sony Michel. But like he was running back between 2 and 4. He was the clear-cut RB1 all year. I hope they bring him back. Same with Jeff Wilson. He played hurt.
Bring him back.
Alec Ingold, fullback. He's great at what he does. Bring him back. Receivers, Tyreek Hill, as advertised. This is a serious, I do not know when the last time the Dolphins had a player that was nominated for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately might have been Ricky Williams in the early 2000s.
It's like all you hear is Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, and he was nominated, like, nominees came out this week.
Yeah.
Nominated for Offensive Player of the Year. Legitimately, like, 2003 Ricky Williams might be the last time that happened.
Yeah.
Maybe Ronnie Brown in the late 2000s, but I don't think so. I don't think Wildcat Ronnie was getting nominated for that.
Yeah.
Great. Jalen Waddle, he had some, like, pretty enormous fuck-ups this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had a fumble late in the Minnesota game where they were driving, where they could have taken the lead in the fourth quarter. He jumps inexplicably a lot for balls that he doesn't need to jump for, and as a result drops them. Like the Buffalo game, early in the game, Skylar Thompson threw a fucking just gem down the field and drops it, jumping for it. But all in all, Jalen Waddle had a great year. He broke the rookie receiving, like, receptions record when he was a rookie. And then this year he had like 1,400 receiving yards. Jalen Waddle's a fucking stud.
Damn.
The rest of the receivers are whatever. Trent Sherfield's a real good blocker. It was great. Tight ends, they need to redo a lot of the tight end room. Hopefully they draft someone, maybe sign someone. Gesicki will be gone. Smythe, depending on who they get. O-line, when fully healthy, was solid. Eichenberg and Jackson, I don't know. I don't fucking know. They don't play enough.
Yeah.
They're too young O-linemen they have. The O-line, they need to get pieces, but the O-line, like Armstead, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, they have 3 guys who, like, for sure will be starters next year and will be good starters.
Nice.
So it's a good thing to work off of going into the offseason. Defense, Christian Wilkins, Zach Sealer, fucking awesome. And it depends. I'd love to see, like, if they get Vic Fangio, I think the defense will be a lot better because they won't do so much man coverage. As people are like, oh, Xavier Howard, like, lost a step. It sucked to see that. He didn't. I guess he did in a sense of what we've expected from him. But he's in a system where it's all man coverage. It's a lot of cover zero blitzing. And I love Darius Slay did a fucking post. He's another corner. And Xavier Howard got beat in the Buffalo game for a touchdown by maybe Gabe Davis. And he's like, dude, people are like, they're going to put this shit on X. But look at this. They blitzed 8 guys. 3 guys are dropping in coverage.
Yeah.
The pressure doesn't get there.
Yeah.
Xavier Howard has to cover. He's got to pick between 2 guys that he's covering.
Yeah.
And they're going to put it on him because the guy scored. Like, fuck that. Like, yeah. I think the defense is going to be fine next year with a new scheme. And probably, like Jerome Baker, I think will do better if he's more just off-ball, weak side linebacker. Safeties, Javon Holland is a fucking... They have... People who don't like Chris Greer can go eat a dick.
Who doesn't like Chris Greer?
A lot of people don't like Chris Greer, which is insane.
Fuck those people.
Which is insane. Jalen Phillips, absolute monster. People don't like the Bradley Chubb trade, which I don't rack my head around, really. He played all year with a high ankle sprain. A lot of people just miss games because of that.
Yeah.
He was playing. He was rushing the passer with a high ankle sprain and doing decent. Not anything amazing.
Yeah.
And, like, Dolphins traded the first-round pick for it. Do you know where that first-round pick is going to end up?
Nope.
So it was the 49ers pick. 49ers are still playing. If the 49ers win this weekend, which I think they will, because I think they're better than the Eagles, they'll be in the Super Bowl. So it'll be one of the last. It's for sure will be one of the last 4 picks in the draft. You trade that pick for Bradley Chubb all fucking day, people.
All day.
They did that, and they got Chase Edmonds' contract off the books. That was a fucking stroke of genius by Chris Greer. He's drafting studs like Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland, Jalen Waddle, Christian Wilkins, Tua.
What more could you ask for?
Tua, and then Chris Greer hires Mike McDaniel. Stephen Ross signed the check. Chris Greer signed off on who they fucking hired. Chris Greer's the man. Mike
Fucking
McDaniel's the
man.
man. They're going to get someone to come run the defense. They're winning the division next year.
You heard it first.
They are better than the Bills.
Better.
They're going to sweep the Bills next year. They're winning the AFC East. They're making a run in the playoffs.
Look at that. You fucking heard it first. We're better.
We're fucking better. Fins all the way up.
All the way.
2022 wasn't exactly what I hoped, but like they started 8-3 and everyone was like, "Oh, Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl." Dan Orlovsky, they were 8-3 and they traded for Bradley Chubb, and Dan Orlovsky's like, "Dolphins can compete for a Super Bowl."
Oh my
With this
gosh.
trade, like all that. My expectations, my hope was that my expectation was that they made the playoffs. My hope was that they made the playoffs and won a game. They nearly won a game.
Yeah.
They nearly did exactly what I was hoping they would do.
Yeah. They were close.
Yeah, starting 8-3 gives that a fucking sour taste.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs.
One
They
more.
played a competitive playoff game for the first time in fucking my lifetime.
Dude, it's crazy.
Guys, fins up.
2023 sounds like the fucking year.
It's gonna be the fucking year, guys. It's gonna be the fucking year. Although Bill O'Brien's back in New England. Yeah, wow, they were a Bill O'Brien away from winning the fucking Super Bowl.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck Bill O'Brien.
Oh my God.
Fuck the Bills. Fuck the Jets.
We should kill him.
Finn, yeah, we shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that.
I was going to make a fun little
You were gonna make a DeMar Hamlin joke because you're a monster.
No.
Because you're a fucking monster.
I was going to make a little segue.
God,
I was going
bad
to
start.
be like, you know
Bad
who?
start, guys. Stick around because we're gonna talk about the movie.
Yeah.
So stick around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're back.
Hello.
Hey, Derek Cheater. Fuck you.
Get him out of here.
All right, Kill Bill, Volume 1.
Yes.
We talking money?
Oh, David, I'm just waiting. I was waiting for you
What
to.
year did this fucking movie come out?
2003.
03.
This is Quentin Tarantino's 4th film, which I've heard for some reason someone say it's definitely at least his 5th. But it's like, no, that can't be. If he put in the film, it's his 4th film. Like, he literally put that in there.
Why would he make that up?
I don't know. I just read something that was like, and it probably means like this is the 4th film that he's directed. He might have helped maybe produce another fucking film or something. Yeah.
Sure, but
Yeah.
it was Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown. And then this?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Reservoir. Yeah. I was like, what was the other movie? That was it.
Reservoir Dogs, I believe that was his first movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the budget can't have been that much, though. 20 million?
Oh, just a little bit higher.
25?
30.
30? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fair budget for this movie.
Yeah. What do you think they made?
A lot.
Oh, a fucking lot.
Yeah. I'm going to say 150.
A little bit higher. But good guess.
180.
Yeah.
Look at that.
180 million.
They happy with that shit?
They fucking
They happy
better
making
be.
Is Harvey Weinstein happy that he made 6 times his initial investment?
Thank you for fucking reminding me too, because there's a couple times where I'm like, oh, so low fun fact, since we're talking Harvey Weinstein, the main actress who we come to know as the bride,
Uma Thurman?
Uma Thurman, she got pregnant the moment they were about to start filming this movie. And Harvey Weinstein was like, well, exactly. He was like, let's just fucking punch her in the stomach. Like,
Be like, oh.
oh no.
All right, well, I guess we'll just make that movie now.
Yeah, I can. So he tells Quentin Tarantino, he's like, no, let's get the show on the road. We're not waiting for her. And Quentin Quentin Tarantino wrote him something basically saying like, oh, it's some reference to some foreign kind of movie or something like that. Something I didn't understand, but basically like, would this person make this without this person? No, they're going to wait for them. And basically just said that, but made it like a reference to something else. And Harvey Weinstein didn't fight him on it. I was thinking Harvey Weinstein was going to be like, well, let me talk to her. Tell her to come on.
So it's
fucked up.
I mean, Harvey Weinstein had worked with him for Harvey Weinstein.
No, yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I could be making this up, but I believe Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was the first movie and only movie to this point that Harvey Weinstein didn't produce.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, which is why
They probably had a pretty tight relationship,
Yeah, which is that's why he like I have to imagine that's why Once Upon a Time in Hollywood he wrote in like Roman Polanski and like he did that. Like I assume it's not a coincidence that the Manson murders and all that shit, all of that, because you know what Roman Polanski did, right?
No.
Oh, he fucked a kid,
Jesus.
and then he just lives over in like France
Wow.
and just makes movies over. He was like
Just really got that jail out of free card.
He was a
I don't know. You said he moved to,
say it again. You said it fast and weird.
he really got that jail out of free card.
Okay, you said it the same way.
Yeah.
Is that what you think? You fucking with me right now? Jail out of free card?
Yeah, the card out of jail free card. Yeah.
The get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Not jail out of free card.
The get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
was
said
kind of
it
like...
you said it like a psychotic person would say it. And then repeated it. Full confidence that that's the correct way to say it.
Oh, I thought you were saying, what did you say? That's what I said.
No, I was like, say it again, but like, say it the correct way. I was giving you like like, you said it fast and weird, like, say it normal.
Yeah, but you get what
And
I'm
then-
saying.
Yeah, but it's crazy.
Well, that's what's more crazy is people could just go dip to France and be like, I'm not
So it might not be France.
but like
Wherever
else.
Roman Polanski lives somewhere else. Might still make movies over there.
Well, Roman Polanski, if you see this,
Braden
Fuck
loves
you.
No,
Well, oh.
Braden, yeah.
yeah.
Real quick. I am the one who decides what celebrities get told "fuck you" and we flick off the camera. All right?
Oh,
and right now it is only Derek Jeter.
Oh, I get it, because Roman Polanski isn't up to Derek Jeter's level.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Roman Polanski is a legend.
Oh,
in film.
I just didn't know
Yeah.
about him.
I don't agree with all of his life choices, but he's a legend in film.
Look at that.
But yeah. So he's like, this is Roman Polanski, Harvey Weinstein, the same person.
It's crazy.
Let's make a character.
Well, and what's awesome about this film is it's like the biggest contradiction to everything Harvey Weinstein, everything that happened to him. Well, not happened to him, everything that he did that, caused what happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The truth.
But it's just
It's
funny.
like they'll never suspect me. I'm going to make this movie
Yeah,
about,
right,
about like women assassins. People will be like, oh, that guy.
Women who were
That guy
oppressed
wouldn't. That guy wouldn't hurt a woman at all.
and rose up against
Yeah, he would never, because he would want that to
dominant
happen.
masculinity. It's fucking.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a good guy.
Yeah, right. Look, I mean, I helped produce Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Killed so many men.
How the ratings looking?
All right, David. Let's get to the fucking ratings. So, IMDb gave it an 85% or an 8.2 out of 10. Got that mixed up with Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 85%. Common Sense Media gave it 3 out of 5
.org.
because they got common sense.
They do. They're
And
like, well, they're like, no. They're like, woman or not, no person can do what she did in this fucking movie. All right,
3 out of 5.
They're like, this is ridiculous. You know what? I hope that's their like. This is ridiculous. No, we got common sense over here.
3 out of 5. Google users gave it a 91%. Those 9% was like it's too gory.
Yeah,
It's probably what it was.
or they're like me, where It's tough to. I was telling Braden, like, I don't know what to give this movie because I think it's my least. I had never seen it before. I think it's my least favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. Like, I think, but like Django, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, fucking Inglourious Bastards, like those were all great movies.
Yeah.
Those were all movies that I have high 8s, maybe low 9s, like those were all movies that I'm giving very high scores to.
Yeah.
So it's tough, like, because for me, I'm watching it and like I'm not that impressed because of the expectations I have for what Quentin Tarantino has given us. So that's who I think those 9 are.
Yeah. I would agree with you for majority of everything besides the Hateful Eight.
You know, I never saw The Hateful Eight.
I did, and it was
I
good,
heard.
but
I heard it was awful.
I thought it was good. I just didn't think it was like near the majority of the other Quentin Tarantino films. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you give?
What do I give Kill Bill?
Yeah,
Volume 1? I give it a 8.1.
I'm gonna give it a 7.2.
There you go.
Yeah.
What'd you give Walking Tall? What was Walking Tall?
I give it a 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Made sure I give this more than I gave Walking Tall.
I want to. What you give Santa Claus? I'm trying to find a movie that was like nowhere near this, but you somehow gave it.
Yeah, and so it's tough.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
We should maybe.
I do want to start weighing out my
You know what we're gonna
reviews a little bit more.
You know what we're gonna do?
Huh.
We're gonna review all of Tarantino's movies over the course of time,
Yes.
and we're just gonna rank them.
I like
Instead of
that.
giving them a rating that goes up with different movies.
Mm.
I think we do all the Tarantino movies. I mean, we're gonna do Kill Bill Volume 2 next week, and then we got some movies in the theaters that we're gonna be doing. So it's gonna be a little while before we get to the other ones. But I think we do that and we just rank.
Create their own class.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe we should do both. I think we should give like our ratings and then give like its own little segment of like which ones we think.
Sure, I think we still give a number, but I'm not gonna put as much weight into that number if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like for other ones. I'm not gonna be like, well, I gave this score.
True.
So
yeah.
what can I give that?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to spend too much time.
No, I think we rank them all because like Kill Bill's not. I didn't love it, but I also watch it through the lens of, and like I watch Santa Claus through the lens of whatever is. It's a fucking Christmas movie. Like it's not gonna be amazing.
I'm honestly.
So it's. Am I entertained watching the Santa Claus?
And that's what I was, not trying to, I don't think Kill Bill is that comparable to a certain degree of like some of his other films. I feel like this one he was really having fun with it.
For sure. Oh, it's a fun movie.
You know what I'm saying? Like what in just the dialogue, certain things about it. It's definitely obviously a Quentin Tarantino film, but it's different in its own way.
It's definitely a fun movie, but like Pulp Fiction, like one of my favorite movies of all time.
No, yeah. Great.
Reservoir Dogs, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was fucking great.
I liked it. I felt like it was a little long though.
Sure, but it was great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did like it.
Yeah, it was long, but then the last scene, they just fully get you back in, and you're like, whatever. You're whatever. If this is how they're going to end it, this movie can be as long as he fucking wants. If this is what he closes with, everything is worth it for this.
Yeah.
So, like, it's like Kill Bill. I'm not into that Jap shit so much.
I knew. Well, that was my thing. I was like, okay, he's either gonna love it or he's gonna be kind of on the fence about it because of like the Jap shit, the anime. And I'm repeating what you said, bro.
Yeah, but you too casually said it. You said it so casually as though that's genuinely what you thought.
Well, guys, just know throughout the rest of the episode, everything's gonna be casual for the way I say it, but it's gonna be because of David.
Nope.
Yeah, David set the bar low.
Braden has hate in his heart.
No.
And he says awful.
I'm really
hateful
going
thing.
from the Quentin Tarantino perspective because I feel like Quentin Tarantino was just on set the entire time, just being
Nope.
like, you don't think so?
No.
No, not a bit of
He was on set the whole time.
no racist, edgy remarks.
He was on set the whole time, and he was like, "Wiggle your big toe for me." Uma, just wiggle your big toe.
Come on, let me just see it one time.
Wiggle it.
Takes her to the back room.
It's like, Harvey, make her wiggle the big toe.
I know you, Harvey. I know you did it. I know you made her wiggle the big toe. That's why she got the job.
They won awards?
Oh, David, this is gonna go against your feeling about this movie, but they got 29 wins and 104 nominations.
So, like, I give this movie a C. Like, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
It is, but, like, Tarantino hasn't made a lot of movies, and he's one of the best directors ever.
Yeah.
And he's made 9 movies.
Yeah.
And this is, so far, I haven't seen all 9 of them. This is my least favorite that I've seen. But still, it was still a fine movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be nominated for all the awards.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, did it win Best Picture at the Oscars or the Golden Globes?
No, it did not.
Did it win any Razzies? Oh, the fucking Razzies.
Tell him.
They're getting, there was an article that I had sent to me that was, I'll read the actual article. Not the article, but I'll read the headline.
Yeah, give us the article.
Shut the fuck up, Braden.
No.
Razzie Awards apologize after, and then in quotes, repulsive nomination for Firestarter Child Star. Where does your mind go?
Firestarter?
The name of the movie was Firestarter. It was that fucking girl. She has the weird powers, and there's someone notable who's the male actor in it.
I actually have no idea what you're talking
The
about.
Razzie Awards are like the...
No, yeah. It's
where
like
they
the
make
worst.
And it was... They're like... They had to apologize for a repulsive nomination that they gave for the girl who starred in that movie. The little girl.
Why?
Where does your mind go when you read the... And give me honest answer.
The Firestarter? She started a fire? I don't know.
What's repulsive about that?
Nothing. I have no idea.
Is a nomination for an actress. Think the actress. It's a nomination for child actress, and they referred to the nomination as repulsive.
David, I don't know, man. I mean, you're kind of throwing me for a loop
There's
right
only
now.
one, and you're still hung up on the phrase Firestarter.
I guess.
I should have not said the phrase Firestarter at all. Just read that article. Read that.
Razzie Awards apologize after repulsive nomination for Firestarter Child Star.
So that little girl,
Yeah.
they nominated her for something that is referred to as repulsive.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Braden's in the minority here, I have to think. You reading that, it sounds like they sexualized her in some way.
Whoa.
And had to apologize.
Yeah, I guess, but I didn't really understand.
Because they used the phrase repulsive.
Yeah, so
that
anything
makes
that
you
can
think they sexualized her, and they were like hottest actress, and they were like playing off and she's starting fires, like hottest character, and it was her. And like,
okay,
you get it.
Yeah.
Something weird like that. No, they nominated for worst actress. And people, repulsive.
That's the type of shit that we're living in today.
Little kid actresses can suck. They can be bad. It's not repulsive. So, like, it might be in poor taste. You might be like, hey, like, someone in the Razzie should have been like, you know, if we're nominating 5 people, maybe we could avoid nominating a child. But it's not repulsive to do so.
Who gives a shit?
If you think she was one of the worst actresses, you fucking do it.
It's fucking fair game. What do you mean?
Repulsive.
Yeah.
They pulled the nomination and publicly apologized.
Yeah, that's
Fuck you, Razzies. And fuck whoever... Fuck, let me see if this...
Well, it also goes back to this whole sensitive cultural...
Fuck Yahoo.com for referring to it as repulsive.
Yeah. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into a couple of these fucking wins and nominations. They
Little
won-
kids can suck at acting. My
Yeah,
niece answered the phone the other day pretending to be my brother. Didn't sound a fucking thing like him, all right? Avery, I didn't think for a second you were your dad, all right?
Yeah.
I humored you, all right, because it was cute that you were doing it, but not for one fucking second was I like, oh, this is Mike on the phone, all right?
Hello.
Get your shit together and sound more... You've been around that guy your whole life.
Yeah.
Get your shit together, sound more like him. You were like, oh, hey, it's Michael.
Take some hormones.
Yeah, sounded
deep
come on,
in the
don't be
voice.
fucking weird. You're making it repulsive. You're telling my niece to take hormones.
to sound like
You're making it repulsive. I'm telling her she sounds like a shitty actress. She needs to get better. But I love you, Ave.
There you go. Wow.
Despite what my fucking weird, repulsive dear friend and co-host is saying here.
That's love. Wow.
Take some hormones, you fucking creep.
I'm not talking about gender bullshit. I'm just saying for the voice, bro. That's what they do.
Just get better.
All right.
You acted? Did you take hormones to do different voices?
No.
Yeah.
But I'm not a child trying to sound like a 40-year-old man, dude.
You were a child actor at one point.
I'm sorry, did I say 40? He's probably like what?
Yeah, way under 40.
Yeah.
But
Like mid-30s?
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good, young, healthy spunk of a guy. All right, so back to the awards nominations. They won the Saturn Award for Best Action Adventure Thriller Film and Best Actress, Uma Thurman, because she fucking killed it, literally.
I didn't want to give you the saddest. I wanted to just sit here quiet, but
But you couldn't do it, could
do
you?
it.
They fucking won the Empire Award for Best Director, Quentin Tarantino. Best Actress, Uma Thurman. Look at that. UK, represent.
tell him, Braden.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Oh, let's get to the Gold Derby Awards. They won the Gold Derby Film Award for film editing. Sally Menke. Shout out to you.
Sally.
Woo! And then the Golden Schmoes. They won the Trippiest Movie of the Year Award. Boom. They were nominated for a Grammy for Best Compilation Soundtrack.
Scroll back up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they were nominated for. I thought they won all of those at the Golden Schmoes. I was like, why are you skipping
just
so many?
Just left them all out.
Yeah, you're
they-
just trippy.
They were nominated for like 10.
Yeah, at the Golden Schmoes. They only won one.
But we're talking about the Grammys. So they're nominated for Best Compilation Soundtrack Album for a Motion Picture.
They got Braden's favorite song in this. It's no Hot though.
It's no Hot.
Yeah,
It's,
nothing is.
Bro. Hot is in its own fucking league. They won the International fucking Cinephile Society Award for Best Actress, Uma Thurman.
The INOCA Awards?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude, who doesn't know about that? They won the Italian Online Movie Awards for Best Picture, Best Director, Quentin Tarantino, Best Cinematography, Robert Richardson, and Best Editing, Sally. They won the Jupiter Award for Best International Actress. Who? Uma Thurman.
For Kill Bill Volume 2. We're just freelancing. How many?
Oh, yeah.
How many of these fucking... Oh, fuck you, dude.
Huh.
How many of these awards have been Kill Bill Volume 2?
I mean, I shouldn't have to specify when it fucking says at the top, Kill Bill
I
Volume
mean,
1,
I see it
2003.
up there, but fucking right there, we saw Volume 2.
That's the only one,
They didn't win
right?
shit at the Jupiter Awards for this one. There's no
Yeah.
way it's the only one. I saw one underneath it that was, too. Don't fucking lie to me.
I'm not
Don't-
lying.
Don't do no research and just be like, that's the only one.
I did some, okay?
That's the only one. We're moving past it.
That Volume 2 is small, okay? All right, so they won the Sierra Award for Best Editing. Sally! The Las Vegas Film Critics Society Awards. They won the, oh my God, the MTV Movie Award for Best Female Performance, Uma Thurman, and Best Villain, Lucy Liu. Is it Liu? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Best Fight, Uma Thurman versus, I'm not going to be able to say this fucking
go.
name. Chiaki Kuriyama.
I mean, you know
That's
what?
exactly
You
how
know
you
what?
said it.
I think you fucking nailed it.
I hope Chiaki's out there listening.
Is that the fucking
Let's click on it.
the spike ball thing? I don't think this movie's.
That is it.
Yeah, it's her. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
She killed
that
it.
was a good fight.
Yeah, good choreography. Definitely creative, too. But they won the Online Film and Television Association Award for...
OFTA.
Yeah, OFTA. Film Hall of Fame. Motion Picture. Man, they're just some of the best. Let's see. What else we got? They got the San Diego Film Critics Society Award for Best Editing. Sally!
SDFCSA?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yes, dude. Not the Sant Jordy Awards, because that's volume 2. See that, David? Did my research.
What is it?
It's volume 2 for that one.
But what the fuck? Sant Jordy?
Yeah, it was read it. Sant Jordy Awards. I mean, anything's a fucking award show these days.
That was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You say these days.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, but what is, awards and nominations without one from the Turkish Film Critics Association?
For Volume 2?
God damn
You
it.
didn't read it that time, did you?
I didn't. No, I moved too fast.
And
Yeah.
we're done. No
We're
more
done.
nominations. No more awards. That's what we're ending that on.
Yeah, that was a good one.
What is it without?
I love it.
All right, guys. We're going to take a quick break for editing purposes. When we come back, we're diving right into this movie.
Oh, we're going to start killing.
Oh, it's going to be so sick. It's going to be so sick. So stick around. And we're back.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Derek Cheater. Fuck you.
Yeah. Go. You got him. You got him. So
I got him. He's like, fuck you.
Yeah, it wasn't the first.
That's what I would have said. I just said, no, you're. What am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have shown him.
Yeah, and then he goes and practices
And then
bat swinging.
And then he writes it down.
Yeah. All right.
So you gonna take us through this fucking movie or what?
You guys ready to fucking kill Bill?
No.
No? Oh,
No.
all right, well, I guess we'll just start with the opening scene.
No big deal or anything.
So we fade in and we see Uma Thurman on the ground. We can kind of see behind her that she's like in what looks like a wedding dress a little bit. So we kind of get like an idea of like, oh, she's in a wedding dress, but she's all bloodied up on her face, and we see this quote that pops up as like it fades in, and it says, "Revenge is a dish best served cold," and then it shows it's from the old Klingon proverb. And I said to David, Klingon. Sounds like a cleaning product. Klingon. Right? No? All right. Well, I said to David before this, I was like, where the fuck is this proverb from? Like, I've never heard of this before. And I look it up, and it's from Star Trek. And David was like, yeah, where the fuck did you think it was from? You think Quentin Tarantino went to the Bible?
You were like, you kidding me? Like, he used a Star Trek thing? Like a Klingon proverb? I was like, yeah, you're surprised that Quentin Tarantino's kind of a nerd? and knows a lot of shit. Like yeah, of course he used a Star Trek thing.
Yeah. So he's a Star Trek kind of guy.
I don't know that Star Trek is responsible for the for that.
Yeah, I didn't know it either.
Yeah, no, it might not be true.
Oh, that could be a play on it too.
Yeah.
I didn't look up the quote in itself because it's like you've heard the fucking quote before. You think Star Trek made it famous?
Yeah, maybe, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, we hear a voice off camera that says, "Do you find me sadistic?" And then whoever this is pulls out a rag, and we see the name Bill on it, and it starts to wipe the blood from her face. Doesn't do a good job at all. But
it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts. And then he says, I'll bet I could fry an egg on your head right now, which is a weird fucking line. I'm like, okay, I get it. She's hot.
Yeah.
Probably because she just got, beat the fuck out of.
Yeah.
And then it basically just tells her, I know that you're aware enough, even now, to know that there's nothing sadistic in my actions. Well, maybe towards those jokers, but not you. And then there's like a pause and then says, at this moment, this is me at my most masochistic. It's a big word. Have you ever heard that word before?
Yes.
Today was my first time.
It's the opposite of sadistic.
Yeah. But I've never heard it before. I was like, wow.
You don't watch enough bondage and fetish porn.
Yeah, just food porn.
Talk about gangbangs with old women. Right? She gets it. She knows about the gangbang.
She did, dude. She
said nothing, and then you said food porn again, and then she went,
that's
shit
right.
like that, because what other awful thing is he gonna say if we don't give him the food porn credit?
Yeah, I guess when's it gonna be enough? Acknowledgement is when it's enough.
Let's go.
All right,
What else happened?
So as this is happening, so we now know that this guy's name is Bill, from the fucking handkerchief. And as it's happening, she goes, "Bill, it's your baby." And we just see her get shot in the fucking face, which is a crazy start to a movie. That's Quentin Tarantino. It doesn't fucking hold back, and boom, just like that, shot in the fucking face. And then the credits roll because who doesn't like the credits in the beginning of the film? I love it. How about you? You love sitting around for like 5-minute credits in the beginning?
It's my favorite.
Yeah, so good.
I turn a movie off if there's no early beginning credits.
That's right. That's it. Yeah, that's a good point. Besides all those other films that we did with opening credits, but
I didn't say I don't come back and watch them.
Oh,
but I turn them off.
At
Like,
least
fuck
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
And I turn it off, and then I just sit there like steaming, angry, really mad about it, and I go, all right, we gotta do a fucking podcast. So
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I gotta put these feelings aside, do the podcast.
Good. That's good, David.
Yeah.
So
but you guys are welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. So this movie it's not really Smoking Aces as choppy, but it does kind of, it's a bit sporadic for the timeline where it kind of jumps back and forth a little bit. We're in chapter 2. We're in the city of Pasadena, California, and the bride pulls up to a house that has children's toy out front of it and knocks on the fucking door, and who do we see?
Loretta Black.
Is that?
That's her character's name in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah. But
Vivica A. Fox.
Ooh, I like that. But we come to know her as Vernita Green.
I've never known anyone as that.
Oh,
she's Loretta Black.
Loretta Black. All right, let's see if I can remember that. Loretta Black. Okay, so
is that hard to remember?
Yeah,
Loretta Black.
Yes,
she's a black woman, so that easy. Boom. Larry David did most of the work for you there.
How dare you?
His last name. I mean, she was in on the joke. That was her character's name. She knows that's ridiculous.
Yeah. But I do like the
Larry
small
David
things.
was like, you guys are black and your last name's black. Be like, if mine was Jewish. And they don't laugh. They just
I get it.
Yeah.
Because he's Jewish.
Yeah.
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 Don't act like, no, stop. Because we're not moving past that.
Oh, no.
Are you mocking Larry David? Do you think you're funnier than Larry David?
Never.
Because you're not.
I would never think
Larry
such
David
a thing.
is the funniest human being who's ever been alive.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't mock anything he does.
That is a compliment.
Don't mock anything Larry David does.
I love you, Larry.
He doesn't, but he'll learn to respect you. Don't you worry about that.
But I like the little things that Quentin Tarantino does in this film, because even though there's like some things that are ridiculous and it's sporadic at times, he finds a way to connect things in a way that seems realistic. So Vernita Green, she answers the door. Loretta Black answers the door like very quickly. She doesn't like peep through the hole. She doesn't know that Uma Thurman is standing there, or the bride, however you want to get to know her as.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. There's no hole.
Okay,
like houses don't have that. It's not a thing people have in their house, is it?
Sometimes, or maybe just something in the door. We don't have a peephole, but we have like a little window. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, not that she would ever expect for Uma Thurman to show up at her door, but she says as she's going to the door, "Coming, Sarah. I cannot believe you are so early," and then opens the door to see that it's Uma Thurman. And man, this shit kicks off so fucking fast. For the, I don't know if I've ever watched a movie that kicked off. I mean, yeah, I have, but I love the way that he kind of skips it. Like, he didn't go in chronological order for some of this shit, and then but he did that with the purpose and the editing of to just.
That's what Tarantino does.
Yeah,
he
puts you right into it. Yeah. But the moment she opens the door, you get this like quick stare down. You get this like this alarm. And fucking right off the bat, fucking front kick right to the face. They immediately start going at it. No words. They just start fighting. And this is probably one of the best women fights.
I mean, it's not even the best in this movie, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Wasn't
nominated for best fight.
No, but still one of like the
guys. Every fight in this movie there's not really a slow build.
No.
It's just immediately bananas until we get to more serious, more heavy hitting fights.
Yeah.
But like it's just reckless and insane immediately.
And the choreography is fantastic. I mean, the actresses, they all for the most part have stunt doubles and stuff, but I mean, the fighting was like realistic and it's gritty. It's realistic. I don't know, it's also fun. So, and the passion that these actresses bring to the fight is fucking great. You could tell that they have.
Say it.
What?
There's a line in there where it's just 2 words that you wrote down.
Badass and fun. Girl power is actually
There
what I
we
wrote
go.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl power.
Yeah, that's the line I'm talking about.
Yeah. But
Girl power.
But right as it goes back and forth, and it's a pretty equal fight to the point to where Vernita or Loretta ends up in a choke, and she finds like this stick, and or it's a fire stick.
Fireplace.
Yeah, it's a fire stick.
Fireplace poker.
Fire pit stick.
Fireplace poker. Fire stick. She would be like, oh, like an Amazon Fire Stick? They had those back there? Did that really help her?
Yeah, I didn't. I was joking. Yours is better. I was just trying to.
Mine was correct.
Yes. But she grabs it. She whacks Uma Thurman on the back with it, and then, she's freed from the choke. And then she ends up running into the kitchen, and she grabs a knife. So Uma Thurman follows her, and then it's like this back and forth between a knife and a pot pan. And I don't know where Uma, I don't know if you remember, but it gets to a point where Uma's like underneath a table, and Loretta tries to stab her through the table, and then she flips the table over. And then she like gets up with a knife. Do you remember? I don't remember off the top of my head where she got that knife. Was she packing him?
You are so much more detailed with this fight than I would have been had I been taking the notes. I would have just been like,
Yeah,
I don't know. They fought like fucking crazy throughout the house. Is how this is better. What you're doing, it's what happened. I would have been like, they fucking went crazy. They tore the house apart.
Yeah, but
it was nuts.
They end up in a knife fight, and there's a moment where they end up back into the living room, and Loretta's like, all right, bitch. Come on, bitch. She's like getting really into it, dude. It's so bad.
Someone just came to her house and just started fucking her up immediately. Like,
but like you're fighting for your life. You think
Yeah.
most people would be like, oh man, I don't know what to do. Like, fuck, I just gotta play. But she's like,
no, she's
all right, bitch.
fucking ready.
Come on, bitch. Like, she's so fucking ready. She's like almost having fun with it, even though you could tell she's like, this is a very serious situation. And as the fucking moment hits its peak of suspense and just passion and all this shit, school bus shows up. We find out Loretta Black has a daughter, and Loretta Black's daughter like walks up as they're like standing in the living room, able to see right out the window.
So we knew she had a kid.
No, yeah.
There's fucking toys all over the
Yeah, that's
house.
why
and
I
there's
said
shit
it.
out there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we knew if a kid didn't become a part of this in some way, I'd have been annoyed with this scene.
But that's perfect, because that's exactly what I'm saying as to Quentin Tarantino thinking about small things that make it realistic. Because if a little kid just showed up and there was none of that, you'd
what
be
the
like,
fuck?
well,
Yeah.
okay, this is like...
That scene's going on, the kid's coming.
Yeah. So
There's no way there's no kid here.
Yeah. And as she's like walking up, the two are kind of like looking at each other, trying to create this like sense of like, hey, we're going to stop, right? And the entire house is a fucking mess. But the moment that the girl walks through the door, they both basically stand side by side.
Excused.
Thank you. And they put the knives behind their back, which I thought was a clever little thing too, that the body language and spatial, between them, it is perfect for that dynamic, that they would stand directly next to each other in that circumstance, so that this way no one has the edge on each other as well. I just like little things like that. I fucking like the attention to detail. But she comes in, she's like, "Mommy, I'm home," and is immediately just like kind of stunned for a second, and then she ends up being just like a normal girl again. But she's stunned at the chaos that she sees at home, and Loretta is just like,
She's like, your motherfucking dog got out and did all this shit.
yeah, like she blames it on her fucking
And she's like,
dog.
this is my friend Uma Thurman.
Yeah, and says, and dog's name is Barney. What a fucking name, Barney. But yeah, so blames it on Barney. Barney's probably a great dog, which we don't see, but blames it on the Barney. And
I'm sure Barney sucks.
yeah. And then she goes to like take a step in, the little girl, like towards them, and Loretta's like, don't come any closer. I mean, there's glass, baby. There's all this glass all around you. Really, she's fucking scared though because she's getting closer to Uma Thurman. You know, but she ends up asking like or she doesn't ask. Loretta's like, this is mommy's friend. Say hi. And this is the first time that we get our first bleep because Uma Thurman takes it upon herself to be like, hi, honey, and then literally Quentin Tarantino bleeps out her name. So I looked up, and what's funny is if you go to Google, this is the first fun fact, one of the first fun facts. When you go to Google and you type in why in Kill Bill, and it immediately brings up the rest. Just why in Kill, not even Bill. And it brings up the rest. Like, why didn't Kill Bill did they bleep her name? Apparently Quentin Tarantino was just like, yeah, I just thought she was, that badass woman. And I thought a badass woman like her didn't need a name. So we just bleeped the name.
There we go.
Which I agree with him. But I think it just shows the level of fun that we were talking about earlier that Quentin Tarantino is having on this film, I feel like, compared to even some of his other films.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Keep talking. Don't ignore me.
But we come to find out that Loretta's daughter's name is Nakia, but goes by Nikki. So then the Uma Thurman is like, the way she said it was a little weird. She was like, Nikki, such a pretty name for such a pretty girl. How old are you, Nikki? Like, just the way she said it, though, was like a little weird. But
do you think that wasn't intentional? Like, what do you...
I don't know.
She then says, that was a loaded question.
Well, I didn't...
How old are you? Like, that was all. She wants Loretta Black to be uncomfortable. Cause she then goes, I have a daughter. I had a daughter. And, because the girl says, I think she says 4 or 5. Which, no way. This girl's like 9.
What's funny is right before that, Loretta was like, Nikki, bleep, so the second bleep, asked you a question, but go on.
Yeah.
So.
And Uma's like, she answers, says 4. She's like, yeah, I had a daughter. She would have been 4 right now.
Yeah.
And then looks at Loretta Black. So she was being like overly nice, but trying to create an uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're right.
Make Loretta super nervous about what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I think that explains it perfectly. Yeah. But she tells Nikki to go to her room, and that that they have like some grown-up talk to fucking do. And then they kind of act pretty casual, pretty chill, because then they go into the kitchen, and Loretta's like, hey, you want some coffee? And, so she does. She gives him some coffee, which I would have been super suspicious of said coffee, but Uma's not. She's not. And they just keep talking, and you could tell there's tension because Loretta is pretty pissed off that that she got the nickname, Uma Thurman got the nickname Black Mamba, as she got the name Copperhead. And she's like, man, this is some fucking bullshit. You got the name Black Mamba? Who the fuck? Like, I thought that was a funny...
It's like, if anyone should have got it, should have been me.
Yeah.
I'm the only black one.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Let me see, where was I at? Yeah, so her code name was fucking Copperhead, and they're just kind of going back and forth, and Uma, the bride, ends up kind of explaining, the bullshit that she had to go through. Let me see. Yeah, and Loretta is like trying to get out of this. Like now she's trying to play it casual, and she keeps trying to essentially figure out how pissed off or how much of a vendetta that Uma has towards her. So she's like, is there any way that, I can apologize or, any of that? And basically just like puts her down over and over really quickly about how no, like there's nothing you could do.
So Uma Thurman, she keeps feeling like you killed me and my baby.
Yeah.
Because Loretta's like, if there's a way we could be even, she's like, for us to be even, I would have to kill you, kill your babe, kill your daughter, wait for your husband to get here and kill him.
Yeah.
But I'll settle for just you.
Yeah.
So you tell me it could be today, could be tomorrow, could be a week from now. You tell me when you want to die.
And that's when that dynamic starts to change a little bit back to more hostility. But Loretta is still like, that's being more rational than Bill led me to believe you were capable of. And that's when Black Mamba, because now we know her as Black fucking Mamba, is like, it's mercy, compassion, and forgiveness I lack, not rationality. Like being able to be like, I understand as to why I'm not going to kill you in this point in time, but don't get it fucking twisted, bitch. I'm still going to kill your ass. So then, she kind of tries to like apologize, like, I fucked you over bad. I wish to God, I hadn't, but
Yeah, we already said all this, man. Loretta says, let's go fight at there's a baseball field down the road. We're gonna have a knife fight tonight.
Yeah, and as this is happening, Loretta is getting cereal made for her daughter, and it basically just gets to a point as they're talking that she ends up turning around with the box with her hand in the box, turns around, points it at her, and I actually did want to fuck it.
You wanted to say how Loretta tried to apologize and tried to see if they could just be square.
Yeah. But she gets a little bit personal because she was like trying to say how Bill used to say she was like the best with like a knife, and she thinks that she's like lying to her, and she's like, yeah, fucking very funny, bitch, and then turns around with her hand in the cereal box, tries to shoot her, and then we go fucking slow-mo, and Black Mama drops the coffee, kicks it at her. She has to then, which I like, little things like this I fucking like. So then she has to move her body this way to try and, move out the way from the cup, which then straightens her body towards Uma Thurman, and she takes out a knife and throws it, and it just hits her right in the fucking solar plex, and she just fucking dies, falls down, and that is it for Loretta Black. But the fact that they paid attention to such small little detail, like, oh, well, if we're going to throw a knife and it's going to hit her directly on, we have to make sure we find a clever way to make sure her body is squared onto you. Little shit like that is why I love Quentin Tarantino. Now, that happens, and we end up seeing Nakia right behind Uma Thurman, Black Mamba, right after she killed Loretta Black, and she's a fucking little badass because she ends up saying, it was not my intention to do this in front of you. For that, I'm sorry, but you could take my word for it. Your mother had it coming. And then there's like a pause. She like wipes her blade off, and she's like, if you still feel wrong about it, then I'll be waiting. That's basically it.
Who's the badass in this scene?
Oh, I was saying she was saying it like a little badass.
I mean, that's fucking horrible. She is...
a 4-year-old girl.
She's taunting a child about killing her mom. There's nothing badass about this part. The whole killing part's badass. She's like, yeah, your mom deserved it.
I'm not saying it's badass.
Your mom deserved it, and if you got a problem with it, name the time and place. You'll join her. I'll fuck you up too, little kid. You think I'm scared?
Well, I'm not trying to say that.
It's fucking insane to say that to the kid.
I'm not saying she's being badass. I'm saying she's saying it like a badass to try and intimidate the daughter so that this way
she doesn't need to intimidate the child.
That's what she's doing, though.
Yeah, she doesn't need to, though.
She doesn't, but she's...
She should be like, hey, you should go back to your room.
But I think she's doing it in a way, though, where she's trying to make sure that this girl doesn't spend her whole life growing up to try and end up fighting her one day. Like, go live your life. I think she's doing it in like a way where it's like...
But if you do, I'll be fucking waiting.
Fucking kill you.
I'll be fucking waiting.
Yeah, which hopefully,
Hopefully...
sways
I haven't seen
that
volume
girl.
2, so maybe maybe it happens there. I don't know.
Yeah.
If not, it better happen in volume 3.
Yeah.
So, guys, for editing purposes, we're going to take a quick break. But don't go anywhere because we're just getting started.
Oh, just started.
And we're back.
We are back.
Hey, Derek Jeter, fuck you.
God, he's like the worst, dude. I don't know what it is about him.
He's not like the worst. He is the worst. Roman Polanski got nothing on him.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
Jeter's the worst.
Wow. Look at that. All right, guys, so we're back. She is leaving Loretta Black's house, and she hops into this whip that's like yellow and it's got flames on the front. And we come to find it known as the Pussy Wagon. Why? Who doesn't want to ride on the Pussy Wagon, dude? So she gets in there and she ends up having a moment. She kind of pulls out a list, and we end up hearing. Now, there's something I didn't say in the beginning that.
No, you said the N-word.
No, that's right. I did say it. Yeah. Well, then I guess we'll just move on then.
Yeah.
But no. So they talk a lot in Japanese. Yeah. Pretty sure it's all Japanese. I don't know. I'm not an expert in Japanese. It's got to be all Japanese, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
You've created the doubt to where it might not be, though. So now I don't fucking know.
I was waiting for David to be like, yeah, dude, you didn't know the parts that were Chinese.
No, I assumed it was all Japanese,
Yeah.
but now you've made me think otherwise.
If someone speaks Japanese out there, and this isn't Japanese, please let me know. But no, we hear a voiceover.
Or you can just Google what languages do they speak in Kill Bill Volume 1.
That too. Yeah, that'd probably be faster and easier.
Yeah.
But
someone reaching out to you, letting you know. Listen to this when it comes out in a few days.
trying to build
They'll let
community.
You know. You build it a different way. I don't want to look up what language they speak in Kill Bill. Just figure it out and tell me.
All right, so there's a voiceover in Japanese, and I don't know if you were able to see it, but I put on captions, and what it said was it was talking about the warrior mindset and suppressing human emotions to kill whoever stands in thy way, even if that be Lord God or Buddha himself. That this truth lies at the heart of the art of combat. We're like, damn, dude. Shit's fucking deep.
Japanese, English, French, Chinese. Those are all of the languages that they cover in Kill Bill Volume 1.
Well, you don't have to worry because I got the captions for you guys. Don't
Perfect.
worry. But as she's in the truck, she pulls out a list, and we could see that it says Death List 5. And we see number 1 being Oren Ishii with a line through it. And we see number 2 being Loretta Black. And then she puts a line through it. And then we...
It's Oren Ishii. Her brother is Tomohiro Ishii.
Ooh.
Famous New Japan Pro Wrestling
Really?
star. I doubt it, but
Fuck.
that's a real person.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you just don't know if he's like that level of fame?
I'd be surprised at that level of fame.
I don't know, like professional wrestling.
To where a fake person is his sibling?
Yeah.
I don't think fame has anything to do with fake people being related to you.
Who knows why Quentin does what he
That
does,
level of
man?
fame.
Think about it, man. Quentin has his reasonings. We don't know. We're beneath him. So she crosses out Loretta Black, and then she goes and turns on the car, and we see it says Pussy Wagon on the keychain. And then as she drives off, we see on the back bumper it says Pussy Wagon. And then she drives off. We're in Chapter 2, The Blood-Splattered Bride. Don't ask me what's different between this Chapter 2 and the Chapter 2 we were just in. I don't know. Let Quentin let you know, okay? But we fade in to the wedding crime scene with the words 4 years and 6 months earlier in the city of El Paso, Texas. First fun fact, this isn't shot in El Paso, Texas. It was a shot in Joshua Tree, California, because there's Joshua trees outside. All right, Joshua trees don't grow in El Paso. So Quentin, what the fuck, bro? So we hear in the background a radio station.
So really, no.
Huh.
The fun fact there was that Braden recognized the type of tree. That's the fun fact. Not that Quentin Tarantino didn't shoot on location in El Paso. Are they in Japan later?
Yeah,
Did they travel to Japan?
They did.
And to the different areas of Japan?
they did.
I don't think they did.
That's one of the fun facts.
They're in Japan? So that's a fun fact.
Yeah.
It's not a fun fact that they weren't on location in fucking El Paso. That was, hey, I've been to Joshua Tree and I know the trees and I noticed that. So that's where they would have had to shoot it.
Don't worry, David. There's more where that came from. So we hear in the background a radio station, and we see someone fucking driving. We don't really know who it is, but on the radio station it says, "This is Rockability Rhythms on KTRN, Wichita Falls." And next we got some record very own wild man Charlie Feathers. And I was like, Charlie fucking Feathers? Is that a real person? It is. All right. And he's fucking phenomenal. Because then we start hearing on the radio, and we find out it's a sheriff riding in town. We hear, well, I'm just a single fella with a lot on my mind. I'm looking for a woman, and she's pretty hard to find. Which, perfect lyrics to put in to the spot of the movie, you know? And he pulls up, and immediately he's got his right-hand man that comes up and tells him they were all wiped out.
It's not his right-hand man.
It's his right-hand man.
It's not. It is son number one.
That's exactly what it is. I was waiting for it.
Son number one.
I was gonna wait until you said it.
No, he immediately calls. He comes in and goes, "What you got, son number one?"
Oh, he does.
Immediately. That's the first thing he says to him.
Yeah. I was thinking about later when he said it again. But all right, yeah. So he's son number one. Son number one tells them they were all wiped out, execution style. Execution style. And the sheriff asks for a figure. He says, 9 dead bodies. The whole shebang, which is a great word, shebang. And tells them they killed the bride, the groom, the reverend's wife. Hell, they even shot that old color fella that plays the organ. Because who doesn't love the old colored fella?
Everybody loves the old color fella.
And then sheriff says, he walks in and he says, good gravy, Marie. That's great. Good gravy. That's the new saying, David.
An execution-style murder, also known as execution-style killing, a gang-style or kill shot, is an act of criminal murder where the perpetrator kills at close range a conscious victim who is under the complete physical control of the assailant who has been left with no course of resistance or escape.
That sounded kind of hot.
That does.
Hot.
You just get physically dominated.
Yeah.
And then murdered.
Yeah, so
Nothing hotter.
Nothing, David. Son number one tells him, what I'll tell you, Pop, it's like a goddamn Nicaraguan death squad in here. And the sheriff says, you better shit can that blasphemy, boy. You're in the house of worship. Love it. Fucking love it. So son number one says, sorry, Pop. And then the sheriff says, this was done by professionals. And he guessed the Mexican Mafia hit squad that there was probably 4, maybe 5 strong. He says, a sure and steady hand did this. This ain't no squirrely amateur. This is the work of a salty dog. You can tell by the cleanliness of the carnage. Now, a kill crazy rampage, though it may be, all the colors are kept inside the lines. If I was a moron, you could almost admire it.
How long do you want this episode to be, man?
Don't, David.
You wrote down every word that was said in this fucking scene, and you're getting in character. It's entertaining.
Oh,
it's great.
Oh, it's gonna be fast.
Just, are you comfortable? It's gonna be a 4.5-hour episode.
It'll be fast. Don't worry.
It will not be fast. We are like 5 minutes into this movie, and we're an hour and 22 minutes into this podcast.
There's not that much. There's not that much dialogue. David.
So don't think. Yeah, but you also like in incredible detail break down the fight scenes.
Oh,
so,
don't worry. David.
Here's the thing. It's not going to be fast, but that's okay. Commit yourself to knowing that. And don't at the end be like, oh man, we're 3.5 hours in. I got to wrap this shit up.
It's good.
You got to just be consistent.
Oh, I got it, baby. I fucking got it. Don't you fucking question me now, motherfucker.
We're in the house of the Lord.
Yeah, we're in the house of the fucking Lord. But son number one says that she has a fake fucking name. So they just been calling her Bride. And then, they go over that, she was pregnant, and how this person, must have been fucking crazy to come in here and do what the fuck she did. And then he calls her a hay-colored hair, big eye, little blood-splattered angel. And the moment he says that, Black Mama spits blood on his fucking face, and then he refers to his son as son number one. That was the part that I wrote that. And then says, this tall drink of cocksucker ain't dead.
But he goes, he does it very casually. He like wipes the blood off his face. He goes, hey, son number one? And he says, yeah. And he says, this tall drink of cocksucker ain't dead.
Yeah. Great line.
Yeah.
Great line. But now we're at the hospital. We open to a fucking badass, hot-eyed, one-eyed, looking woman, and she is whistling hot-eyed, so fucking hot, whistling Twisted Nerve, which something like that, you know? And she's walking through the fucking hospital as if she owns it, and she's like in a nice outfit, but she goes to a room.
She's in like a nurse's outfit.
Not yet,
But-
almost. It's like
okay.
all white, but she's not in the nurse outfit yet. She goes
Okay.
to a random room, and then she changes into the nurse
Okay.
outfit, and she also preps a needle. And the moment she walks out that room, when she's prepared, the fucking song goes into the most dramatic, like with fucking piano in the background. Like you're like, the suspense is fucking killing me. And she ends up in the room, and she goes, or the moment she enters the room, we get the words like on the screen. It says that her name is Ellie Driver. She's a member of the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad, which is the main people we're talking about in this fucking movie. And so, it's a pop-up. It just reassures this is a bad person. She's not just hot. She's also bad. But we know her as Ellie. And then she, the moment she walks in, she puts her finger underneath her nose, which I thought was another little added element that I fucking love from Quentin Tarantino. So it's probably something very smelly on her finger to see if this girl is playing dead or if she's actually awake or not, So Uma Thurman doesn't budge, so she's obviously asleep.
I thought I knew the actress. I don't.
Oh, no, yeah. But then Ellie says, I might never have liked you. In fact, I despise you, but that shouldn't suggest that I don't respect you. Dying in our sleep is a luxury that our kind is rarely afforded. My gift to you. I'm like, oh my God, just fucking talk dirty to me. So hot. And then the moment she goes to inject it in, she gets a call. And that call is from someone we don't know. But it's got to be Bill because it's the same voice as earlier. We just don't see his face. But he's got his fucking hand on a sword. He's looking like a badass. He's gripping that shit. And he asks her, what's her condition? And she says, comatose. He's like, good. Where is she? And she's like, I'm standing over her. And he's like, all right, that's my fucking girl. Now abort the fucking mission. And immediately, Ellie is like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you And then he's like, whoa, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're going to fucking wake her up. He doesn't say that. He's just like, hey, just shh.
Gonna wake her up.
Yeah.
Yelling at someone in the coma like, oh, I was sleeping.
But he goes on, he goes, may I say one thing? Y'all beat the hell out of that woman, but you didn't kill her. And I put a bullet in her head, but her heart just kept on beating. Now you saw that for yourself with that beautiful one blue-eyed, did you not? We've done a lot of things to this lady, and if she ever wakes up, we'll do a lot more. But one thing we won't do is sneak into her room like a filthy fucking rat and kill her in her sleep. And the reason we won't do that thing is because that thing would lower us. Would you agree? And Ellie is like conflicted, but she's like, yeah, we're better than this. Bill, we're better. And then, so yeah, he's like, yeah, just come home, honey. I love you. Bill's got a big heart.
Oh, yeah,
That's,
he does.
That's one thing we learn to love about Bill. He's got a big heart. And the moment that Ellie is leaving the hospital, she tells Uma, as Uma's still passed out, she goes, thought that was pretty fucking funny, didn't you? Word of advice, shithead, don't ever wake up. And then does like this whole eye thing. You're like, wow, that's pretty serious business. Boom. 4 years later, because it's a little choppy, a mosquito lands on her skin and bites her, draws some fucking blood. It's like, oh my God, that fucking shit is stale. And she wakes up. That's all she needed was just a little bit touch, just the slightest bit. And she wakes up and she's fucking freaking out, frantic as shit. Doesn't know what's really going on. And the first thing she does is look at her palms. and is somehow able to tell it's been 4 fucking years. And I'm like, this is the most
she
ridiculous.
looks at both of her hands and goes, 4 years? like someone handed her a fucking newspaper or something.
Yeah.
Like she looks at 4 years.
I mean, I thought it was cool, but I'm like, yeah, it's a little far-fetched.
And I'm sure there's like shit that people who fucking read palms they can tell.
Yeah, it's
by
like,
looking at, but fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. But she then feels her head, and there's a metal plate there. She even like knocks on it a little bit, and then she looks to her belly and notices that there's no baby there, and she freaks the fuck out.
But also, what annoyed me about that, she knew it was 4 years at this point.
Yeah.
Did she think she was going to be pregnant for... What's going on with that baby?
Yeah, she's going to
If
stay in the
it's
stomach.
still inside of her, that's awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she got the shit beaten out of her and a bullet in her. Like, babies don't normally survive that.
Yeah.
But, like, she shouldn't be pregnant.
Yeah, I guess, for the excuse, it's all hitting her at once. But, yeah, you're right.
No, she's calm, cool, and collected.
That's she is. Because she gets calm, cool, and collected real fucking quick. Why? Because she hears some people walking down the hall towards her. So she plays dead, and we see 2 guys walk in. One guy is a nurse, and the other is a random person. And the nurse says...
Neither of them are random people. That guy's not a nurse.
Give me the names.
He's the sheriff from Walking Tall.
He is the sheriff
nurse.
from Walking Tall.
And then the other guy is from Waterboys.
Yep.
Bobby, did you just make a joke? That guy.
Yeah, those 2 guys.
It's those 2. Not a crew you want coming in when you're in a coma.
No, brilliant casting. I think these 2 guys
They nailed it.
They come in, they stand over her bed and just like look at her for a few seconds, and then Sheriff from Walking Tall is like, "All right, the price is $75 to fuck my friend. You getting your freak on or what?" And then the other guy's
So
like,
I got a question for you. You're in a coma for years. You wake up from the coma, and I give you, let's say, $15,000. And I tell you, it was letting guys come pump loads in you.
"Oh my God, David,
while you were in the coma, and it was $75 a pop. I'm giving you, and I'm giving you 50 from each one. I only I set it all up, dude. I got to get something out of it. I'm keeping $25 a pop for me. But here you go. Here's $15,000. Are you upset?
At first, and then the 15,000 hits, and I see. But the thing is, it's the medical bills. So once when I understand how much debt I'm in, and then I get 15,000.
Whatever. You're in a coma from some way where like it was like a Tracy Morgan, like a Walmart truck hit you.
Yeah.
So you're not paying medical bills.
Oh, okay. Don't have to worry about medical bills.
Yeah, someone's covering that. But it's so it's not Walmart, because then you'd be like, dude, like, I'm gonna get so much money from
I'm gonna
Walmart.
sue
I don't
Walmart.
want this. Fuck your $15,000.
Yeah.
It's something where you're not gonna get a ton of money out of that, but you aren't paying medical bills. Like you're coming out fine with that. I'm giving you $15,000, but that means $15,000, $50 a head for you. It means 300 guys pump their loads in you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna weigh out certain things, and then I'm probably gonna ask you like, okay, well, you got $15,000.
I give it to you. I give it to you cash.
No, yeah, but I'm like, okay, but you got the $15,000. How many people you said?
It would be 300.
300. Okay, and then, so what do?
If my math is correct there.
And
like,
over how long?
4 years.
4 years. I probably start doing the math in my head, and then I ask you, what do you think we could do now that I'm awake over 4 years?
Nothing.
Then I'm pissed off.
Yeah. I'd say, fuck you, dude.
I'd be like, fuck you,
dude,
bro.
But you know what? I could have not said a fucking thing. I could have pocketed everything. I could have kept all the fucking money. You would have never known. You were in a fucking coma. I could have kept all of the money. I gave you most of it. I gave you 2/3 of what we made. I could have kept $22,500 for myself. Instead, I kept $7,500. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
Fuck me. I got fucked. Fuck
Yeah,
you, bro.
Yeah, you did. You're making $15,000 for it. You don't even remember it.
Yeah,
you didn't feel a fucking thing.
I did it. But you know what?
Fuck you.
You created a business model that you don't want to uphold.
I mean, how could I? They don't want to fuck an awake person.
I'll
I'll play dead. The appeal was, you're not that good at playing dead.
All right, I guess.
You're not used to getting fucked in the ass. You'll be like, ugh. You'll make noises and shit. They don't want that. My clients expect a dead body, basically.
They get done, they're like, he was squirming and making noises.
He was making noise and shit. Like, fuck that, man.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm only giving you 20.
I guess at that point, I'd be pissed off.
He's not worth 75. Here's 20.
Wait, you're telling me I can't get fucked for another 4 years? Fuck you, bro.
I mean, you can get fucked, just not for $75. You can fuck all you want. But nobody's telling you can't fuck.
But for the dude from the Water Boy, he's like, oh, 75 for fucking sure. Oh yeah. So I fucking love this. So the sheriff from Walking Tall goes, now here's the rules. Rule number 1, no punching her. Now nurse comes in and she's got to shine her, or, lose some teeth, jigs up. So no knuckle sandwiches under no circumstances. And by the way, this cunt's a spitter. It's a motor reflex thing, but spit or no punching. Now, are we absolutely, positively clear on rule 1? Are we?
So, yeah, we're clear.
Good.
But I love, the idea that, she's probably going to spit on you, but, in your reaction to her spitting on you is going to be to hit her. Everyone, I get it.
I understand.
That's anyone's reaction, but you can't hit her.
Everyone's complained, but no one's hit her yet, so don't hit her. So then he goes on, he goes, all right, good. Now, rule number 2. No monkey bites, no hookies. In fact, no leaving no marks of no kind. After that, it's all good, buddy. Now, her plumbing down there don't work no more. So feel free to come in all you want. It's so weird to say this.
Her plumbing down there don't work no more, so feel free to come in her all you want.
Hide the evidence is the way this guy's fucking thinking.
No, he's just what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't have to clean it up.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah. Just come in her.
Yeah.
She's not going to get pregnant.
Make my job easy. And then he goes, now keep the noise down and try not to make a mess. I'll be back in 20. It's fucking crazy, man. And then he walks out and he goes, oh shit. My bad. By the way, not all the time, but sometimes this chick's cooch can get drier than a bucket of sand. If she dry, lube up with this, and tosses him some fucking Vaseline. It's fucking, what's the thing from South Park? But it's not that.
So he didn't give him Vagisil.
Vagisil, that's what it is.
Yeah, he just gave him lube.
Yeah.
It was like, lube her up.
And he goes, you'll be good to go. Bon appetit, buddy.
Bon appetit.
Walks out, and then the random guy, or not the random guy, the water boy gets on top and goes, oh yeah. Crawls on top.
He does the creepiest thing in the world. He's having sex with someone in a coma, and the first thing he does...
You talking about the line?
No, I don't care about that. No. Kisses her on the mouth.
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
That it goes. So here... having sex with someone is obviously creepier and illegal and all that shit.
But kissing her on the lips?
But, if you're gonna have sex with someone in a coma... You're gonna foreplay? You're gonna kiss her on the mouth?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Just go in. He's like, kiss. Mwah. Yeah, you like that, baby? Oh, yeah, I'll take good care of you. It's fucking weird. And what did he say when he got on top?
The moment he goes to kiss her, he goes, God damn, you're the best looking girl I've had today.
There we go.
I doubt he's had another girl that day, which is the reason
she's
he
the
said
best
that.
looking.
Yeah. She's the only one. Well, she's good looking. Don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to say,
But she's not the only person in a coma.
Oh, that's a good point.
Maybe he's fucking other coma people.
Yeah, the sheriff from Walking Tall has got.
Or he's married and he fucked his wife that morning. He's
like,
I want to go fuck someone in a coma.
Yeah, that could definitely be it. But he goes in for the kiss, and then we just hear him start to scream, and we get a fucking close up out of nowhere of Black Mamba biting his fucking bottom lip off. And then we just see her, and then it cuts again, and we just see her take his body and push it off her, and now he's dead. There's all this fucking blood on her. There's no way that he just passed out from getting his lip bitten off. Something else happened. We just don't see it. And then as that happens, she goes to get off the bed, and she immediately just fucking face plants it because her legs aren't working. Her legs are still asleep.
She's been in bed for 4.5 years.
Yeah.
Her legs ain't working.
Yeah. So she starts to crawl away, and
My dick don't work. I got no dick, man.
come on, man, I ain't got no dick, man.
I got no dick.
That's so great. So she's like, she crawls over. She finds a knife on the dude, and then we hear the nurse start to come back. And what is fucking great is the moment he's about to walk in, he goes, "All right, man, I'm walking in whether you're ready or not."
Gives a knock first and then yells that out. Like, coming in, like, be done.
Literally, it's like, whether you're ready or not, I'm coming in. And then this is the biggest thing that I have with Quentin Tarantino, because everything else he's done is fucking awesome. But Sheriff from Walking Tall walks in, and if you go literally frame by frame, he walks in with his head down, looking exactly where Black Mamba has crawled up to, which is like the corner of the door. And he just like doesn't notice her, and then was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And she just slits his Achilles tendon, and he falls. And once again, we don't see how he gets knocked out, but let's say he hits his head on the way down. So he's like knocked out for a second, and she drags his body over to where his head is in between the door and the wall. And she just starts slamming the door and being like, "Where's Bill?" And just screaming it over and over. And he just like, "What the fuck?" Like, this is literally from the Dark Knight trilogy, where Batman starts to beat the shit out of the Joker, and the Joker's like, "Never start with the head. It always makes the victim all fuzzy." And because it makes sense. You can't knock the victim out or like beat the shit out of him and expect him to remember where's Bill.
Watch me.
Yeah. That's a good point. You just got to watch him. Because if you watch him, then he'll do it. But as she's doing this, obviously he doesn't fucking remember.
He doesn't know who the fuck Bill is.
Yeah, but
She doesn't know where she is or who these people are, and she assumes they're all connected with Bill.
and
The nurse doesn't know Bill.
yeah, we don't know, but probably not.
He doesn't. There's no fucking way he does.
But she ends up having a flashback while looking over him because she notices his name tag says Buck, and then the fucking tattoo on his knuckles say fuck, and she remembers him, kind of like a flashback of when she was still in the coma, of him being at the edge of her bed, and he kind of says some things, but the one thing he says that I wrote down was, "I'm from Huntsville, Texas. My name is Buck, and I'm here to fuck." He even starts to fucking laugh. And so she fucking comes out of that. And it always does when she remembers these people. It always does like a red over her face, which like kind of signals that she's going to a flashback. And also she's about to kill this motherfucker. Because we kind of hear that alarm again. And then she looks at him the moment he like slightly gains consciousness. And she goes, "Your name is Buck, right? And you're here to fuck, right?" And you could just see the look on his face like, that's it for me. And she just slams the door, fucking crushes his skull, and he's dead. He's got to be. We don't, for sure. He's fucking
dead.
Yeah, he's dead. But she gets up, or she doesn't get up. We just find that she finds a wheelchair. She grabs the sunglasses off.
She's at a hospital.
Yeah.
You said that like that's crazy.
But we don't see her like...
She magically, there's just wheelchairs in this hospital, huh? I guess it's one of those hospitals that's got wheelchairs.
It's one of the hospitals that have nurses that fuck you while you're in a coma, and the ones that have wheelchairs.
That is every hospital. If you've ever been in a coma for an extended period of time, you've been fucked.
There's a nurse watching like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for sure.
But she grabs his glasses and a keychain.
If you're a nurse and you're not setting it up, you're leaving cash on the table.
Yeah, you're kind of
There's
fucking yourself.
money to be had.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason if you're a nurse and you work in like the coma place of the hospital. I don't know. Is there a coma ward? Everyone with a coma, they go over here. If you work in the coma ward and you're a nurse and you're not letting people pay you to have sex with comatose bodies, you're doing it wrong. You're leaving money on the table, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
You're right. And now that I think about it, there was other people in comas in that room.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that
he brings them
he
in.
runs a business.
You can take your pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's probably the best looking one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's the water boy guy. He fucked everyone in that room.
That's
This is his first time
thank you,
fucking
David.
Uma.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she grabs a keychain that says Pussy Wagon on it. So now we're like kind of, obviously we're jumping back a little bit. So, she
How
takes.
comfortable would you feel if, like, you were at a hospital for something, and the nurse who is helping you saw him pull in a pussy wagon truck?
I would be so skeptical. I mean, I got trust issues.
Would you be like, dude, I saw you pull in. Like, can I just have a different nurse, please?
Yeah. Like,
Like,
I don't
what
know.
do you mean? You'd be like, you fucking pussy wagon. Like, fuck you.
Obviously.
You fuck tattooed on your knuckles. Like, dude, like, I do not feel comfortable with you helping me.
Yeah. Just anyone else.
Yeah.
Anyone. But so she grabs that. She also takes off his nurse outfit, takes that stuff, gets in a wheelchair, and she's going now through the parking lot, and she stumbles upon the pussy wagon. Why? Because it says pussy wagon on the back, and she gives a little. It's the one time she like breaks the fourth wall. She looks at the camera and she's like, she like gives like a smile, like, I found the pussy wagon, as we all would if we found the pussy wagon. But then she has the toughest time getting in this car, and I'm like, dude, if you just dragged yourself and dragged a dude in between a door and dragged yourself to a wheelchair, you could drag yourself into the back of the seat because
High truck.
high truck, but she's in, and then she has to grab the back, and she's like, ah!
She's exhausted. She's killed 2 people.
I guess.
She got out of a coma and then murdered twice.
Yeah, I guess. Girl power.
She's been raped a whole bunch.
Fuck, David. Now you're making me feel bad, man. But she finally gets in, and then she stares at her feet, which, nice feet, and tells herself to wiggle her big toe over and over again. And then we fucking hear internal dialogue, and she's like going on about how she's laying in the back of Buck's truck, and she's trying to, will the fucking energy to fucking move her limbs. And she says that I could see the faces of the cunts who did this to me and the dicks responsible. Members all of the deadly Viper assassination squad.
Cunts and dicks.
Yes, both. Because you can't have one without the other,
Unless you're homosexual.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like a gay guy or a lesbian woman. You can have cunts without dick or dicks without cunt. Braden doesn't think so, but
Prove me wrong.
does that mean they have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this movie is all about revenge, so there's a lot of little revenge quotes. So, obviously I'm going to read them. When fortune smiles on something as violent and ugly as revenge, it seems proof like no other that not only does God exist, you're doing his will. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah. But yeah, she's just talking about how she wants to fucking kill Oren, and how that she was also the easiest to find. But she has to go, to Tokyo because she's the Tokyo fucking underground queen. Yeah. And we then see, we kind of like cut.
Oren Ishii.
Yeah, we then
Tomohiro Ishii's sister.
Yeah, we then get the backstory of Oren Ishii.
All right, but before we do that, for editing purposes, we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
But you guys want to hear about Oren Ishii?
You gotta.
So stick around.
You have to.
We're going to tell you all about her.
Oh, yeah.
And we're back. Ah! Hey, Derek Jeter, fuck you.
Man.
All right, let's talk about this movie. Let's talk about Tomohiro Ishii's little sister.
Oh, yeah.
We're
in Chapter 3, The Origin of Oren Ishii. Probably said that a little wrong.
Oren Ishii.
Ishii. David, I'm going to get a little offensive with some of the, Jap talk, accents we're going to be doing throughout this. So,
well, I mean, you got offensive just right there.
yeah, that's why.
Because I'm going to get a little offensive with some of the Jap talk. as if that's an acceptable way to say what you're going to be doing.
Quentin Tarantino touches on it.
Prefacing that you're going to do it.
That's like what half this movie is about. It's like, oh, you're half Jap.
Jap talk?
Yeah, you're half Jap. We'll get into it right now. So Oren Ishii was born on an American military base in Tokyo, Japan. And we start to hear Black Mamba start to explain this. The half Jap, half Chinese American army brat made her first acquaintance with death at the age of 9. And that's when she witnessed her parents, and we start to see this in like literal anime, like literal animation, which is, I'm a little anime geek. I fucking loved it. It's good job, good anime, good drawings. And we see Oren Ishii underneath a bed, and we see her father start to kill some motherfuckers. He's pretty good with the sword, but one of the bosses, who the fuck cares, comes in and just guts him.
Mr.
Takanori, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Is it?
No, it's
Okay, I was gonna say I 100% made that up. So
Yeah.
I was a little pumped because I thought you were serious.
No.
Name doesn't matter. Keep going on.
Yeah.
Keep going. If I jump in with nonsense, don't like try to find the real answer to what I was doing.
Yeah. But father gets gutted, and then mother is like being held in the corner, and she gets thrown on top of the bed, on top of, where Oren Ishii is hiding, and she gets fucking stabbed. We don't see her get stabbed. We see it from Oren Ishii's perspective. She sees the sword come right by her face through the bed, and she says, "Mommy." And then the blood starts seeping through and starts dripping on her head. Very gory, obviously very traumatic for Oren Ishii, which is a great backstory to how she becomes one of the best, if not the best assassin in the fucking world. Because a little bit after that, lucky for her, we find out that boss that killed her parents is a pedophile. Boom! Shout out to Harvey Weinstein. And at 11, she gets her revenge because she plays kind of, they show it as if she kind of plays dumb to what's going on and gets in the hands of this boss so that he can be a fucking pedophile. And as they're in bed, she
then
fucking
her big
kills
brother
him.
comes in and he gives her a brain buster.
What?
Her big brother, Tomohiro Ishii.
Oh,
He gives his
yeah.
finishing move.
The finishing move, yes.
The brain buster. Dude, this was harder to find than I thought it was going to be. I had the fucking... And I don't even know if that's correct.
It probably is. The brain basher, what is it?
Buster.
Buster.
Brain buster. Tomohiro Ishii came in, gave the guy the brain buster. 1, 2, 3. The Ishii family moves on.
Wow. But Black Mama says that she swore revenge on this pedophile, and then she got it at the age of 11. But then the anime is still going on, and it's a fucking bloodbath. And then 2 guards with pistols run into the room as the blood's fucking spraying, and she dives underneath the bed. And this is the little bit of Quentin Tarantino that I'm not really getting, because they don't act like they see that she dives underneath the bed. But she shoots them, shoots out the legs, shoots the fucking heads off. And then we see by the age of 20, she is the top female assassin in the fucking
dog.
world. Top dog. And she ends up snipping. When I mean snipping, I mean like a sniper rifle. She snips this fucking dude's head off. Some military official. We don't know. We're just getting the little backstory that she's an accomplished assassin.
Hold on. Snipping?
Yeah, that's what I call it. I say it all the time, especially like when we're playing like video games. You snipe someone, I just snip that motherfucker.
But is that a real phrase, or is it something you made up?
In all honesty, I feel like I've heard it somewhere. I don't think I made it up, but it's something that's been said in the video game realm that I've heard at least for a little while. So yeah, little snip action. You know what I'm saying? But Black Mamba then says, at 25, she did her part in killing of 9 innocent people, including my unborn daughter, in a small wedding in El Paso. But
fun fact, it was really in Joshua Tree because Braden recognized the trees that only exist in Joshua Tree.
But on that day 4 years ago, she made one big mistake. She should have.
She made one big mistake.
You
know what I'm quoting?
No, but I mean, it's probably been in so many movies.
No, fuck you.
Oh, sorry.
Fuck you, because that's your go-to when you don't. You're like, I feel like it's in everything. No, it's a nonsense response. It's a movie we've done. Summer Catch. When his dad, the late great, whatever his name is, he died recently.
Yeah.
He's talking about, and you know what? When he died, I said, do you think you made one big mistake?
I probably said the same shit.
You did not know what I was referencing. I was like, you know what it's a reference to? You're like, nah, I had no idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if I said the same thing. That's
One big mistake?
No, when you said that it's in every movie, as I just
Oh,
said.
you're probably like, I feel like it's in a lot
Yeah,
of stuff.
what do you mean?
It's a lot of stuff. No. Summer Catch.
Southern. Wow.
Summer Catch. Because
Summer Catch.
against Hyannis, he fucking awful.
And this is kind of like a summertime feel, you know?
But like, it's like a Japanese movie, but for summertime.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. But
It's clearly a Japanese movie, but it just gives that summer feel.
it really does, dude.
That, you know,
Even though,
it gives that Japanese feeling that only a summer movie could do.
but it portrays it almost during Christmas time because it's snowing.
Yeah, but Japanese.
Yes,
It
exactly.
really makes sure you know it's Japanese.
Yeah. But she should have killed 10. However, before the satisfaction will be mine. First things first. And we pop back to the pussy wagon. Gotta wiggle that big toe. And then she does. She wiggles the big toe. And she's like, yeah, hard part's fucking over. Now let's get to these other piggly wigglies. And I was like, this is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous
That
fucking
is what
line.
she says.
But now we get on the screen 13 hours later because this movie's a little choppy, all right? Kind of hard to follow the boat. Or the pussy wagon, we should say. But she gets out the pussy wagon, walks and gets in the fucking front seat, and now she's driving. She's walking. The toes are wiggling. She's got full fucking feel throughout her legs. And then we go into chapter 4. The man from Okinawa. So, Black Mamba walks into a sushi restaurant. Sounds like a bad joke.
So Black Mamba walks into a sushi restaurant.
You wouldn't believe what happens next. The sushi
The guy
guy
yells, Hiroshima say!
What's that mean?
Hiroshima say.
Like,
I think it means welcome. I think it's a thing that gets...
yeah, he does. He says, "Welcome."
Hiroshima say.
Yeah. And then says, "You English?" God, oh man, I gotta stop. I gotta stop before I begin. Fuck. Black Mamba then goes, "Almost. I'm American." And he says, "Welcome," and that his English is very good. He says it just like that. Like, I'm not trying to be a piece of shit. Like, he has a ridiculous like Japanese accent where he emphasizes certain words like in an over top Japanese accent. And he asks her if she can speak Japanese, and she just says, just a few words. But luckily my subtitles are on because they go into Japanese a little bit from here on out. But
I mean, I think the movie just did the subtitles there.
did it do it?
It had to have. There's no way Quentin Tarantino was like, yeah, we'll have a movie where a lot of the movie people are speaking a language.
The only reason why I say that is because I found one version that didn't have any subtitles.
Yeah, it's because you watch illegal versions of the movie.
Well,
Yeah.
that can't be.
I rented it for $3.99 on Amazon Prime, and there were Japanese subtitles.
For
Like,
some, but not for all.
English.
Right?
Anytime they were speaking Japanese, they did subtitles, and I could read what was being said.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Because Quentin Tarantino knows that most of the people that are going to watch this movie don't speak Japanese.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want them to know what the dialogue is.
Good.
Yeah. Irashamase, entering Japan for Irashamase, meaning welcome to the store or come on in.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that's what he does. He's very welcoming. This guy is every bit of a sushi dude that I would want to have make my sushi at a sushi restaurant.
I mean, he thinks he's going to fuck the blonde American girl.
Why has it got to be everything sex?
That's for sure what he thinks. He's like, oh, you pretty American girl.
All right. Well, that, at least that's probably a bit more offensive than mine. Maybe not.
It's not.
Yeah. Well, he tells some other random guy in the background to go get some tea. He yells it, but he yells it in Japanese. I don't even know. I wouldn't know how to even begin to be so offensive to try and make
We'll
it sound.
try. We'll try. Dude, you can't do that, man. It's a real language. They have it's very insulting to their culture what you just did.
You just told me to do it.
Yeah, but if I told you to jump off a bridge, would you?
I mean, maybe.
That's insane.
I trust you.
No, you have trust issues. You don't trust me.
That's right.
It's insane. You say you trust me. You do not trust. You should.
I gave a little bit
We
right
should
there.
trust each other, but you do not
And
trust me.
what just happened? Now I don't. Now I'm just back to square one. Trust issues they're getting worse. They're not even getting better.
He wants the tea.
Yeah, he wants to give the woman tea. And the guy is screaming back in Japanese. He's like, I'm watching my fucking soap operas. Fuck you. And the sushi guy is like, fuck you, you fucking lazy bastard. And they go back and forth. It's like, I'm not even kidding. And then the sushi guy asks Black Mamba, if there's any other Japanese words that she knows. And she says, arigato. And he says, oh, good. And then she said,
Okay, hold on.
Uh-huh.
The voice is not offensive.
That's exactly what he said.
The voice is not offensive.
Okay.
You squinting your eyes absolutely is.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Oh, good.
Did I? Because I don't.
100%.
Fuck.
100% you did.
That just shows how.
Yeah, the voice is fine. That's how he sounds like. You did the squinty eyes, which
I didn't mean
does
to.
make it offensive.
Bro, I did not mean to. That just shows how the subliminal is also a bit racist, I guess. I don't know, man, because I wasn't even trying to do it.
fucking
Maybe
great.
it's the way that you just say the words. It makes you squint.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Oh, God damn it,
Yeah,
David. Don't
yeah.
make it a point.
Fucking round eyes.
And then, and then she says,
This our river. Why you don't respect us on our river? You leave now. You get off river, now you go. You know allowed on our river, you leave river now.
oh my God, that's exactly. That was a great scene.
That was.
You know, respect our river. Bring her here now. Oh God. All right. So and then she's like, I know Domo, and he says, oh, good. And then she says, konnichiwa, and he says, konnichiwa, and like helps her pronunciate it. And then makes her fucking repeats it. And then she does, and she's like, oh, good. And it's like it's like a class to learn Japanese. And he tells her, you learn Japanese very easy. And she says, no kidding. I heard it was, kind of hard, kind of like joking. And he says, it is most difficult, but you have Japanese tongue. I don't know why I gave it slight accent right there, but she's being a bit cute and flirty. She's like smiling, just like over the top, just like being cute, I guess. Probably just trying to build a good little relationship off rip.
No, she's flirting with him, leading him on, getting his guard down. He thinks he's gonna fuck her.
Yeah, and he does, because he immediately gives her some sushi, what seems like for free. Yeah. He's like, you didn't even ask, but here's some sushi.
I mean, in fairness, she did come into his sushi restaurant. So
but like,
of course she's there for sushi.
But
she wasn't there to learn Japanese from him.
But the main thing was about tea. So then he once again yells. He's like, God damn it, where the fuck is the tea? And they say God damn it a few times throughout this movie. I'm going to try to make a point of it when they do to bring it back up. But they said like 10 God damn it's. And Rob, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Not to bring it back to the workout. But every time we're working out, dude, this guy's like religious, my cousin. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man, this is fucking hard. Or like, God damn it, dude, this is fucking tough. And he's just like, yeah. And I can just tell he's like,
oh, he doesn't address it?
Well, no, he doesn't. But
he's not like, hey, man, don't use that language.
Yeah, but I can just tell in the back of his head, he's like, he's fucking using my Lord's name and Savior's name in vain again.
There we go.
This piece of shit. So Quentin Tarantino feels me, though, because that's the go-to. God damn it. That's a little offensive. Sorry, but it's the go-to in this movie. Now, right-hand man. There's a lot of right-hand mans in this movie. Right-hand man finally comes out and speaks to her in Japanese, and she doesn't understand. She's like, beg your pardon. And sushi guy is like, drink. You want something to drink? And she says, yes, I want warm sake. And sushi guy loves it. He's like, oh, very good. Yes. And the right-hand man for some reason gets offended and like
Not offended. He just judges her.
well, yeah, and he gets into like her personal space to start like yelling at him though at first and being like, "Oh, you're the sushi guy. You always making sushi, but now I gotta grab the sake all the time."
No, he's like, it's 10 a.m.
Well, yeah, he does say that.
Drinking
Yeah.
fucking sake at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, and she's like, or he's like, she can drink sake whenever the fuck she wants, morning, afternoon, night. Fuck you. And then that's when she's like, or when he kind of gets even more about, hey, I've been doing this for fucking ever, and you're always the sushi guy. I'm always the sake guy. What the fuck? And the other guy fucking tells him, puts him in his place. Not before, though, the right-hand man is like, if I was in the military, I'd be a general by now. And he fucking grabs his finger as he points and then like fucking throws him around, kind of like throws him almost to the back. And as
he says, if you were a general, I'd be the fucking emperor.
exactly, yep. And what I really wished Uma would have said, like just in the script, would have been like, "Hey, don't touch me." The moment you like kind of came around, like, put
Hey,
it,
come on, stop it.
stop, yeah. But this is one of the great fucking lines in the scene too. The moment before he goes to the back, he says to Black Mama, he goes, "I'm not bald, okay? I shaved my head," but in Japanese. And then goes, "Do you understand me?" Like, what the fuck was the point of any of that?
Wanted her to know, okay, just so you know, like, I'm choosing to be bald. Like,
Yeah. It's,
I'm a viable sexual.
yeah. I'm here
Option.
too, all right?
Yeah.
It's not just him. But Sushi Guy is fucking throws something at him, and the guy scurries off. And then Black Mama says to Sushi Guy, she goes, "I came to see a man." He says, "Oh, you have a friend that lives here." And she says, "Not a friend, or, not quite. I never met him." And then he says, "Who is he?" And she says, "Hattori Hanzo." And fucking great. We hear glass break in the back. Like the right hand man was like, "Holy shit, she knows Hattori? She fucking knows Hattori?" And there's like a startled look on Sushi Guy's fucking face. And she says that she needs Japanese steel. Because who doesn't want some Japanese steel in their life?
Just say it again. Say she needs, and then say it the way you did.
Oh, Jap steel.
No. Wow, you were like, oh, he wants me to be racist here, and I'm not even gonna hesitate. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Say Japanese steel, but say it the way you did before. Say she wants Japanese steel.
She wants Japanese steel.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, she does. But she says, "I have a vermin to kill."
You didn't skip a beat, and you were like, oh, Jap steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dirty fucking Jap steel.
But Sushi Guy, because he's not changing to Hattori, he's staying Sushi Guy. He goes, "Oh, you must have big rats if you need Hattori Hanzo steel." And she says, "Huge," which is a sexual play. And that's when he was like, "Oh yeah, huge. You want to see something huge?" So he takes her to the back to show her something huge. And it's just it's a room full of samurai swords. Fun fact. They spent $60,000 of the budget on swords and sword accessories. And there's like 40 swords in this. And they have a little moment. She's like, "May I?" And he's like, "You may." And she like goes to grab one of the swords, and he's like, "If I may, grab this one second down." And she pulls it out. And this, I love this line too. She pulls out the sword, and he goes, "Funny, you like samurai swords, and I like baseball." And he pulls out a fucking baseball and just fucking throws it at her. Next fun fact.
Are you gonna tell me she really cut the baseball in half?
No. They actually threw a fucking baseball at her, and she complained to Quentin Tarantino. She was like, "Listen, I think you have way too much high expectations for what I'm able to physically do. Like, what do you think? I'm actually going to cut this fucking baseball in half? What the fuck do you expect?" Because obviously she didn't hit it. She didn't fucking touch it. And probably almost got like a little hurt by the baseball throw. But just funny reaction from Uma Thurman. But yeah, that was the little fun fact. There we go. He goes to her and tells her that he no longer makes instruments of death, and says he just keeps these for aesthetic and sentimental values. And she says, "All right, well then just give me one of these." And he's like, "They're not for sale." And she's like, "I didn't say that, to sell me one. I said, give me one, motherfucker." Right? Like the way you gave me that sushi and something huge. And then he laughs. He's like, that was a funny dick joke. But, why should I help you? And she goes, because my vermin is a former student of yours. And considering the student, I'd say you have a rather large obligation. And then he goes over to a fucking window and writes Bill through like the condensation like on the window. And it has like a moment like, oh, I fucked up. This is the bottom for me as a teacher. So then he's like, all right, well, listen, it's going to take me a fucking month. I'm going to make you one, but I suggest you start practicing. So 1 month later, Sushi Guy has made a sword, and Right Hand Man is literally his right hand man because he's literally using his right hand to help him with the sword. Which is great. Fucking loved it.
Love that one. Yeah, you really like that one.
And as he's like inspecting the sword, he says that he promised God 28 years ago that he would never do this again, which is making swords that can kill people. And then says he did it philosophically because he is sympathetic to her aim. Really, he's like, I fucked up. I made a fucking cold killer, and that has fucked up this woman's life. I guess I have to do this. And then he gives her the sword and tells her to go. Go! Leave!
No. So what did he say about the sword?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You're right. And he said, he as she is like, checking it out, he says that even if you should encounter God will be cut. That's a top G type of line.
That's some arrogant shit to say about your fucking sword.
I mean, dude, like...
He's like, I make swords that'll kill
It's
God.
a crazy thing to say when you stopped making these swords because you promised it to said God.
And we're back. Hey, Derek Jeter, fuck you.
Yeah.
We cut out for a second. You guys might not know.
Yeah.
Whatever. His sword will cut God. We're chapter 5.
Yeah, chapter 5, Showdown at House of Blue Leaves. Sounds like a really fancy restaurant. It's kind of like a little club area. It's kind of like a club, but not
There's
like
a
a club.
stage. There's a band playing there.
Yeah.
There's private rooms.
Yeah. So we get a little voiceover from Black Mama talking about, it was 1 year after the massacre that Bill backed his Nippon progeny financially and philosophically in her Shakespearean in magnitude power struggle
Stop.
with other Yakuza clans.
Stop.
What?
Stop. You don't know what you just read. Like, why it can't be that important. You've no idea what you just said.
Yes.
Bill Nippon. Why'd you write it down?
What do you mean?
Just summarize that shit. You don't know what the fuck you just said.
I do.
You said stuff and like you stumbled through it and then didn't feel the need to make sure you said it correctly. Just skip it. What the fuck did he say?
No. Well, he's going over.
What's a Nippon progeny?
It's talking about like the way that that Oren Ishii, like her fucking attitude, like the way that she deals with this shit. It's like in a Shakespearean kind of way. Like it's like over the top. It's like kind of like the way that she's trying to basically talk about Oren Ishii and the Crazy 88.
Yeah, let's say that.
All right.
Because I don't know what a Nippon progeny is.
Yeah, well,
Do you?
I mean, I assume certain things, but no, I mean, I'm not gonna like be able to give the definition.
Yeah, we're explaining the movie, not word for word saying shit we don't know and just repeating it.
Well, I'm trying to pick back
you
up.
explained it
where we left
great.
off.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nippon progeny didn't need to be written down.
All right, well, listen, bro.
Fucking Nippon progeny.
Listen, you're spending more time than what it would have took to go over this shit, bro. All right? Just
Nippon progeny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we see Oren Ishii. We're then introduced to Oren's right-hand woman, the half French, half Jap, Sophie. And then we're at like this big table. It's like it's all at the same place, the House of Blue Leaves. They have their own basically area where they have like their own hangout spot.
It's their Nippon progeny.
Yeah, exactly. And they're at, like a big table with, all the members of Oren's army, or the main bosses, I should say. But then we're also introduced to Oren's personal bodyguard, which is some 17-year-old girl named Gogo, which is a funny fucking name.
It's a Jap name.
Yeah, and then they feel like they need to explain her backstory a little bit. So she's basically a crazy drunk girl who gets drunk at a bar that only has one dude at it with no music playing in the fucking background. And the guy is laughing at her. He's like a dimwit or some shit. And she asks him like, hey, do you want to, have sex with me or some shit? And he just laughs. So she literally guts him.
Like
literally,
don't you fucking laugh. Do you want to or not? And
yeah.
He's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And she
fucking guts him. Literally. Because she stabs him, turns it, fucking pulls the guts out, starts spraying on her. And then we're, back at the...
Stabs him with her nipponprogony.
Yeah, there you go, David. And then we are introduced to a bald guy, a different bald dude, not the same bald dude from before. He's in a black suit, and his name is Johnny Moe, and he is the head general of Oren's army, the Crazy 88. Now we hear Black Mamba's voiceover continuing, and in case you were wondering how could a half-breed Japanese and Chinese American become the boss of all the bosses in Tokyo, Japan... Well, we see one dude at the end of the table who's having a bit of a problem with the fact that someone that's not, full Japanese is the head of all these bosses.
Of the nipponprogony.
Of the nipponprogony. There you go. So yeah, exactly. And he's pissed off because he's like, dude, our fucking forefathers, all you guys, the amount of blood and family that went into this shit. You guys are just letting it go by allowing this half-breed.
Because their family built the nipponprogony, and then they're letting some fucking half-Chinese, part American come in and take over the nipponprogony.
Yeah, and he goes on about how he loves his fucking council more than his own fucking children, and then yells.
I'm going to need you to refer to the council as the nipponprogony.
The nipponprogony, yep.
We cannot use the phrase council.
And then yells... And basically says, I'm not, fuck this. I'm not going to listen to a Chinese, Japanese, American half-breed bitch. So then immediately she jumps up on the table and runs over, and her feet are not loud. They're little, yeah. And she gets right in front of him and just whoosh, beheads him, and his fucking body stays sitting still. Fucking head goes flying. All the other bosses are oh, they're so fucking scared, and blood just starts shooting out of his neck like it's a fucking
out of his
fountain.
Nipponprogony.
Exactly. Thank you, David. And everyone is scared shitless. And the way she acts is fucking fantastic. She whips the fucking sword. It whips some fucking blood on one of the boss's face, and she says, "As your leader, I encourage you from time to time, and always in a respectful manner, to question my logic. If you're unconvinced in a particular plan of action I've decided is the wisest, tell me so. But allow me to convince you, and I promise you right here and now, no subject will ever be taboo. Except, of course, the subject that was just under discussion. The price you pay for bringing up either my Chinese or American heritage as a negative is I collect your fucking head. Just like this fucker here. Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now is the fucking time!" And then, drops the fucking head. As if it's a mic drop.
No matter where you go, I'm going to find you.
I'm going to find you! Yeah. It's similar to that.
Yeah. It's great. I love that she went from speaking Japanese to speaking English and having her translator say it in Japanese to the people there.
Yeah, so her right-hand woman, not right-hand man, right-hand woman is loving. She's, saying what David said, translating it, but she's got a big fucking smile on her face.
Loving it. Yeah,
even the 17-year-old Go-Go is just so happy that this guy just got beheaded. Yeah, so she drops the head. It's a fucking mic drop. Boom. No more out of that scene. You're done. We're in the airport, and Black Mamba gets a flight to fucking Tokyo. And she's carrying a sword on the plane, which I thought was a little funny.
Yeah, it was great.
And then she gets off the plane, and Quentin's like, I need a close-up on that ass. And they get like an extreme close-up on her ass, and she's walking to the airport with the sword. I'm like, you're showing her ass, but I see the sword. You're not going to get that one by me too easily, Quentin. Now we're in the streets riding dirty. You like that one? Yeah. She's wearing all yellow and like a little bit of black. You've seen the suit. It's on the fucking cover. And she's riding a bike, like an actual motorcycle. That is the exact same print. This looks like Bruce Lee riding on top of Bumblebee. Because this is the exact same outfit Bruce Lee wore. And Bumblebee the Transformer looks exactly the same. Just not a motorcycle. Same color, same stripes.
Bruce Lee was in Transformers?
No, but Bruce Lee wears the same outfit that she's wearing in one of his movies. It's for sure the main inspiration for her outfit.
So just Bumblebee the Transformer. Bruce Lee was never in a movie with.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking you were saying. I was confused.
I was just saying it looks like Bruce Lee's riding
It
Bumblebee.
was riding Bumblebee. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah. But she's riding right next to Oren Ishii's right-hand woman, and she obviously doesn't notice her because she's wearing a fucking helmet too that disguises her. And then she runs a red light. I'm like, all right, good at
You're on
good
a
at
motorcycle.
driving.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want. But now we're at Oren's spot, which is the House of Blue Leaves, and we see Black Mamba at the bar, and she's like sneaking around, which is kind of silly because you're sneaking around, but you immediately sat at the most public part of this place, which is the bar. You know what I'm saying?
This is where Uma is?
Well, this is where Black Mamba is.
Yeah,
Uma.
Uma.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the first shot that we see of her in the House of Blue Leaves is at the bar.
Yeah, I mean, she's not.
Yeah.
She's got this fun trip to Tokyo. She's not gonna. Yeah, she's gonna go out and enjoy herself.
Gotta get at least one.
She's gonna go to the cool spots.
Yeah. But Black Mamba, she's sneaking around, and she ends up being behind Oren Ishii on one of those Japanese fucking wall thing. I don't know what you call them. They're like thin.
Jap wall.
Yeah, it's a Jap wall.
The Jap walls.
Yeah,
you
but-
guys get it.
Oren Ishii's got some fucking awareness and can sense Black Mamba behind her, and like just throws a dart, and it goes like right by Black Mamba, and so Black Mamba, and then we see the bodyguard come out, the 17-year-old girl, and Black Mamba's nowhere to be found. And the camera pans up, and we see she's just fucking hanging on the ceiling above her. And I'm like, is this the first? Who did this first? Because I've seen this as well as in too many movies, where the main character hides by somehow getting up on the 30-foot fucking 20-foot whatever ceiling and
80.
80. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Shane McMahon style.
Look who's talking.
Huh? Oh, look who's talking.
Yeah, I think that's who did it first.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Look who's talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was John Travolta, that actress whose name I have no idea what it is.
Look at that. Just stealing. Quentin's just stealing this shit. But bodyguard does not see her, so she goes back inside. And the band is playing. Everyone's fucking having fun. And they start playing woohoo, 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 woohoo. Fantastic. I'm like, oh yeah, let's dance. I'm like, get me going. And Oren's right-hand woman is also making her way to this like bathroom that's way in the fucking back for some reason. I don't know why she went to that bathroom. But right as the woohoo song ends, Black Mamba walks into the bathroom, and right as she's walking in, we see the red go over her face. We hear the alarm go off. You did the alarm pretty well last time. Yeah, that's it. And she gets fucking tunnel vision, Black Mama, and she just sees like this is it. So then we see Oren and her posse having a fun time. I mean, they're just
Pussy.
Yeah, pussy. Yeah, not posse.
Yeah.
Pussy.
We see Lucy Lou's pussy. in this scene.
Oh yeah, 'cause she's going to the bathroom.
No, Lucy Liu's just
Oh, no,
hanging
yeah,
out,
yeah.
and she's just like with her fingers just like stretching it, like getting in there, and you're like, oh my god, Lucy.
And Oren and Ishii and all the other people were like,
Oren
yeah!
Ishii, that's Lucy Liu's Oren Ishii.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one doing it.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's just stretching it out, and you're like, this is even for Tarantino, this is a lot.
And everyone's wearing masks, so it's like a sex party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eyes wide shut, baby.
There you go.
Eyes wide shut.
And this is when Harvey Weinstein starts to
He's just
masturbate.
like, oh, this is so
This
great.
is why I wanted this movie to be
So
made.
fucking great.
Oh, she's half Japanese. She's half American. Okay. So that's happening. They're having fun, and then all of a sudden, we hear, woo! I'm just like so hyped. We hear Black Mama say, "Oren Ishii!" And everyone fucking like goes quiet. And that's when we hear Death Rides a Horse start playing. And I can't fucking, sing it or anything because it's just like a beat. But it's like the most hype fucking beat you guys will ever I replayed it like 30 times over. I'm like, oh, this is going into my workout playlist without a doubt. I'm going to be fucking pumping some Japanese steel. I'm going to be like, yeah, here we go. And as this is happening, this is one of my best parts there. Oren Ishii's posse jumps out like the doors, and they're so overdramatic. They're like flinging the door open, and they're like, here is Oren Ishii. Like, they don't say it. It's just the body language and the way they like to throw their arms and throw the door open. It's dramatic. And Black Mamba is not fazed by that at all. But she tells Oren Ishii, you and I have unfinished business in Japanese. And then we see Black Mama has Oren's right-hand woman, and Oren and Black Mama have a stare down, and then Oren says Black Mama's name. We get our third beep of the movie. We just hear beep because Quentin Tarantino's like, fuck the name. A beep will be better. And then she just fucking cuts off the left arm of the right hand woman. She only got her right hand because she's the right hand woman. Damn it, she's only got one arm.
This is my favorite thing you've ever grabbed onto with all these people. How into the fucking direction you are.
Everyone's right fucking hand. But the right hand woman is just spraying blood. Like
Much blood.
Arm gets cut off, but she just like throws her shoulder around, so everyone's getting sprayed with blood.
Like tickets please guy level of blood.
Yes.
Just spraying everywhere.
Yes. And that's when the posse, they all draw their swords. And the first guy, he jumps down, and his sword just immediately gets fucking cut in half by Black Mamba. And then she stabs him in the fucking stomach and lifts him up in the fucking air, dude. This is like almost unbelievable because I'm like, how you press
Almost.
This is the part that's like almost
unbelievable.
And then fucking literally like as if it's steak, just flings him off the sword and he goes flying. There's like little pools of water in this club dance floor place. It doesn't seem that practical.
It's a very Japanese thing, though.
Yeah.
They fucking love water, those people.
Yeah.
They fucking love it.
Well, another thing, isn't like the sandboxes like a Japanese thing where they like stir sand?
They love two things. They love like little things of water on indoor places, and they love
sand.
Bombing naval bases.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Those are their two favorite things.
Yeah. But the dance floor underneath is sand. That's the reason why I was bringing it up. Because there's like a big dance floor in the middle that you can notice once when you see the movie, which you better have. All right, so it's going down. First dude gets flung the fuck off.
Ishii tells all of her people, she says, kill the bitch.
Yeah, but then three guys run down the stairs and all one hit at a time just get murked. Fucking one swipe. Swipe. Swiper, don't swipe. Swiffer, swiper. I don't know. What other thing can I think about swiping? Then two girls go down, and I mean they both get fucked up easy. I'm not gonna dive into it too deep. They get fucked up. The choreography is dope, and then Black Mama says, So, Oren, any more subordinates for me to kill?
There was like 8 people.
No,
And
that's
she cuts through all of them. Then.
Yeah. 6 to be exact.
6. Okay.
And then Go-Go Girl comes down the stairs and she is like, I'm the main fucking bitch. She's just really like laughing. She's like acting like giggly. She's acting like a girl. And Black Mama is trying to be a good person. She's like, listen, you're fucking 17. You're supposed to be this fucking woman's bodyguard. She doesn't give a shit about you. I'm begging you, don't have me kill you. And she's like, oh, she like giggles, and she's like, I'm going to make you beg or some.
She said, I think you can beg better than that.
Yeah,
And
that's
Uma
it.
Thurman gets down on her knees, and she begs.
Yeah.
And she says, you're fucking pathetic. And she kills. Oh, my God. I was at the Walgreens on 45th Street and Congress Avenue. And there was a man out front, like I was going in, and he asked me for money. And I was like, no, I don't have any money, man. He's like, man, I really need the money. If you want, I'll get down on my knees and I'll beg you. And I said, sure. Go ahead and do that. And then he got down on his knees. He begged me for the money. And I said, you're fucking pathetic. And I walked away.
Did he just get
Does
up?
that, does that like? Because what do they really want me to do?
give you some money?
Yeah, but
You
fuck
give him.
But that's fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. You believe that story?
No.
I think you might have. And fuck you for believing that.
I wanted to
I told
believe it.
that to one of my brothers, and he was like, "Oh
David,
my
why
god, you
would
really
you-
did that?" I was like, "No, that's fucking crazy.
Why would you
I would
think I would
never
do
do
something?"
that." You know what happened? He said, "I will get down and I'll," because most of that happened.
Yeah.
He said, "I will get down on my knees and beg you for the money."
"No, sir."
I said, "Please don't do that." It's exactly how that went down. I didn't give him any fucking money. But I was like, please don't do that. And he's like, will you pray for me? And I said, sure. He's like, that's what matters most, man. And then he walked away. And that was the end of that.
Ain't
Yeah,
that the fucking
I made
truth?
him beg and then said, you're fucking pathetic.
Ain't that the fucking truth? We just all need some prayer.
Yeah, you're fucking pathetic. Look
But-
at yourself. That's fucking dignity.
What, do you want me to sit here and explain as I'm walking into
Fuck
CVS
you.
why you're pathetic?
Fuck you. And then I spit, not on him, but like on the ground next to him.
Yeah. He's a spitter. He's a blood spitter. Just like Uma. But just speaking of Uma,
Here we go.
she's getting her ass kicked by Go-Go. Go-Go is just fucking her up at first. She's got a fucking dangly ball of spikes.
Sick.
I don't know what else to call it. It's a
sick.
dangly ball of
And
spikes.
it's on a chain and it's
Yeah.
fucking, yeah.
It's throwing.
You guys know it.
It's throwing Black Mama for a loop. She's like, I've never fought against something like this before.
Yeah.
And so she gets to a point where the chain wraps around her neck and she's choking. She's about to die. And this is when shit gets fucking crazy. She finds a piece, because they've been like throwing each other through tables and shit. She finds a leg from one of the table that has nails sticking out, and she fucking slams in her foot. Go-Go Girl is just like, ah! And then fucking batter up. Boom! Right to the fucking head. Sticks in her head. And you just see her fucking bleeding out her eyes, and she dies. Go-Go is gone. Don't you like it? Don't you love it? And there's a part where the spiky ball got more cool, but fuck
There
that
was,
part.
but whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Hey, go look at it. It was a cool spiky ball, and then it got more cool.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fuck. So now she's killed all the goons.
Yeah, but she's killed all the goons. Black Mama says to Oren Ishii, she says, you didn't think it was going to be, or no, Oren brings out like a knife, and you think they're about to fight, and then we hear motorcycles pull up. That's why I was like getting a little flip-flop. And Black Mama says, is that what I think it is? And then Oren Ishii's like, you didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you? And Black Mama's like, for a fucking second there, kind of thought it was. And then Oren says, silly rabbit. And then they both say, tricks are for kids. Which means we all have had the same childhood. We all
They're
grew up.
all, look at that.
Look at that. Like, we're all one, but just not the same. Like, there's no need for
There you
this.
go. One love.
Yeah.
That's what Quentin Tarantino's saying.
Man.
So now the
Damn.
Crazy Eights are here. Or Crazy 88s.
Crazy 88, because 88 fucking people run in, pouring in from every fucking side, and now she is surrounded. She's on the middle of the dance floor, too, so shit's about to get a little groovy, you know? Like, this is like one of those dance movies where it all comes down to the end
Keep doing
with
the hip
one
thing.
person
That's cool.
on the dance
Getting a little
floor,
groovy.
right in the middle. You know, all the attention's on her. Now she's got to start busting out the dance moves. So, yeah, a little David Breen action. So she takes a sword up and she puts it to the side, so this way she can use it as a mirror, so she can see behind her. And the person behind her goes to strike first, and she uses that mirror to then fucking de-gut him. And she turns around immediately, right off rip, cuts two people's fucking throats. They both turn around and spraying.
You know what I loved about this scene?
Tell me.
Because there really are 88 people there.
No, yeah, literally.
And she's fucking them up, but, like, can't fuck up 88 people at the whole time. So what are the other guys doing when she's not? Like, they can be 20 feet away, and they're just like this. Like, they're still doing sword tricks, like, way away from her.
Yeah.
Not, like, trying to creep in and get a good angle on her. They're just, like, fucking doing sword shit far away. Like,
Yeah.
having no effect on her. They're just doing it.
Now, I do got to say, this is one of my favorite action scenes for when a main action star has to go up against as many as 88 people. Because you've seen it in, like, Jason Statham and other action heroes where they go up against a bunch of people.
Jason Bourne.
Yeah, where it just seems like
Benjamin Martin.
completely unrealistic.
Benjamin Martin.
Benjamin Martin, there you go. The Nutty Professor.
The Nutty Professor.
I mean, fuck, Eddie Murphy fucked up so many people, dude.
So many.
At the same time.
It was wild.
It was. Wow. But so the reason why I like this is because, yeah, there was a bit of what David was saying, but at the same time, I felt like it was realistic enough. It wasn't like, oh, this is picture perfect realistic, but it was realistic enough. There were some continuity errors, which is going to happen when you have 88 people and blood splattering fucking everywhere, dude. Excuse me. But all in all, I loved this fucking fight scene, dude. This shit was crazy, bro. People dying left and fucking right. It was wild. And she does not take a beat for a second in this fucking fight. She's going back and forth. She's fucking up all these people. One dude's fucking eye she pokes out. And then from that moment, it turns black and white a little bit. That is also a homage, little fun fact, to 70 and 80 kung fu movies that were in black and white. So it goes black and white for a little bit. Another cool thing, someone throws a fucking axe. She dodges it, hits another dude in the face. Or the first one it was thrown, she grabs it. Dude throws the second one, hits another dude in the face. She takes that one, throws it back at the dude, hits him in the face. Like, but it's very quick, and it's like, oh, I could do every single thing that you can all do, but even better. Like, every single one that you have certain specific, you know, I don't know, specialties in, I could do it better than you. And she just shows that over and over again as she's fighting these 88 people. Now, obviously, I can't go through all of the choreography here. You gotta watch it. You gotta love it. But she ends up having a little bit of trouble with the ball guy in the beginning. And he front kicks her. She falls. She ends up like getting back up. She kind of goes upstairs for a second. She ends up fighting with the ball guy again, as well as killing a bunch of other people. She jumps back off the second story, flings some bamboo, knocks out the fucking ball guy, the general of the 88, and then just keeps on fucking up everyone. Let's see. Oh, so then it comes down to where she comes back down and she's surrounded again on the dance floor, and then she starts basically breakdancing. So she's like flipping around on her butt, and she's just like rolling around in circles as she's just fucking killing, wiping out everyone's fucking legs. Everyone's losing a foot. Like literally like 20 people here lost a foot. Well,
yeah. Feet, arms.
Yeah,
She's just
like 20 people.
Just cutting off appendages.
Yeah. Now she runs over and she's going back up the stairs, and there is at least 10 people left. And there's 10 people that are following her up, and they get to one of the rooms that's on the second floor, and then we see Oren Ishii turn off the power, which then, or right before this, we go back to from black and white to color, and then Oren Ishii turns off the power, and now they're in this one room where there's only this blue light in the back. So now I don't know if this reminds you, but it reminds me of those stick figure battles back in the day, like on the computer. I don't know if you ever saw it. It's just like a black stick figure, and they would have these crazy samurai fights, and it was like it blew up when we were like in middle school because like they were so gory. It was just like it was like for sure based off of Kill Bill. But it looks like that because all the bodies are basically like black. Yeah, if you look it up, you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's exactly what it is. And so she's like killing these people with this like blue light, and they're all like black silhouette, and it's very cool looking. I really love the way that even though she's killing 88 people, Quentin Tarantino finds a way to change it up and keep the killing fresh, and so fresh that I actually came up with my top 5 favorite kills of the Crazy 88. So I'm going to read them out to you guys now before I get into the last bit of the Crazy 88. Now, my first one is the double throat slit in the very beginning. I did name that off. The second one is the eye poke and then the throat slit, which I also named off. That's when the color changed to black and white. The third one is the no-look stab to the stomach. So she jumped up on a table, and there's like 5 people surrounding her. She fucking kills one dude and then turns the sword around. No looking, dude behind her, stabs back in the stomach. Dude's fucking dead. Fucking choreography. Phenomenal. Number 4, the one whose sword gets knocked out of his hand. This is like while they're still on the dance floor, and he like the sword gets knocked out of his hand and like sticks into a piece of wood, and he's like, oh shit, I'm fucked. And she fucking beheads him. But it wasn't just the beheading, because he got beheaded, and then she starts killing more people, and you see his body walking around for like 3 seconds, and then he falls. And I'm like, man, that's probably what would happen. Adrenaline flowing, body not knowing what to do, and it just like walks around for just a couple seconds and then falls. And it's just like a crazy perspective that won't leave your head. Number 5, the guy who gets cut literally in half from the top down. She jumps off something and just, you see like him in the frame, you just see his body literally split out of the frame. So he literally gets cut in half from the top down. So gruesome and gory, but I fucking love it. And why? Because she's rocking the sushi guy sword. It's not a Hattori Hansen sword. It's a sushi guy sword. It's top notch. Best of the best. But there's one guy left when we go back to the 10 that were fighting in the blue silhouette kind of fight at the very end. And the power gets turned back on. So she sees it's like a fucking kid. And she cuts his sword into fucking pieces. The kid is shitting his pants. And then she takes him, bends him over, and starts slapping his butt with her sushi sword and says, "This is what you get for fucking around the Yakuzas. Go home to your mother." And he runs out fucking. So there was a game that they made, but if you go to like YouTube and look up stick figure battles, it'll be crazy.
Man, I'm throwing spears at this motherfucker.
Oh, you're playing the game. Yeah, the game's cool, right?
Yes, I'm playing this.
Yeah, the game's pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't think Kill Bill when I see this.
No. I'm telling you, go to YouTube and look up stick figure battles, sword battles, whatever. Shouldn't even have to. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
Fucked him up.
But
there we go.
It's just like this fight scene. But yeah, sends that little boy running back to his mother. Don't fuck with the Yakuzas. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. And then she turns around, and the ball guy, once again, I mean, this guy is good at front kicking. Front kicks her out the door, and now they're bouncing like on the edge of the rail of like the second floor part. And there's like, it's kind of weird. Like you come out and there's a railing on the second floor. They're standing on top of that. They're bouncing and they're going at it. And this is when Ball Guy's showing his true colors. He's like a master of balance, but he doesn't see the low blow
and
coming.
disguise.
Yes. Yes. But he doesn't see the low blow coming because then she fucking dips down, cuts his fucking feet off, and he falls into the water. A lot of these people fell into the water, which I'm like, probably makes it easier in production that they just fall into a pool of water. There you go. And all the pools of water in this place is just red of blood. And now she's standing on top of the rail as she's overlooking everyone dead. Like there's all these people dead. There's all these people barely able to move, all these limbs, all this blood everywhere. And she says, while she's standing on the rail, and she yells this in Japanese, and she says, "Those of you lucky enough to still have your lives, take them with you. However, leave the limbs you've lost. They belong to me now." And I'm like, damn, that's hot.
that is.
Yes, I wish someone would speak to me like that.
Do you? If someone would cut your arm off and be like, "This belongs to me now."
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I mean, that power dynamic is hot.
Sounds like you're a masochist.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
I guess I'm right on par with Bill. But she says, now in English, "Except you, Sophie. You fucking piece of shit. You stay right where you are." And she does.
Yeah.
She doesn't even think
Sophie
twice.
obliges. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So guys, for editing purposes, we're gonna take a quick break.
That's right.
Right, 'cause we're
Yeah.
moving on to the
Yeah.
next part.
Yeah.
All right,
Final
yeah.
battle.
So guys, but stick around because we got the final battle coming. You don't want to miss it.
That's right.
And we're back.
Hey, hi.
Hey, Derek Jeter. Fuck you. Yeah. Absolutely.
Sorry, I almost threw up in my fucking mouth. All right, so Black Mamba makes her way to the backyard. I don't know.
African American Mamba.
Yes. African American Mamba has made her way to the backyard, which is fucking beautiful. Looks like a little sanctuary of some sort, like it's protected. But Oren is just waiting, and it's snowing out, and Oren is in all white, so it's just like, wow, this is beautiful. This is a moment. And Oren immediately is like, "Your instrument is quite impressive." And Black Mamba just immediately starts bragging. She's like, "Yeah, well, it was made in Okinawa by Hattori Hanzo. The sushi guy? Yeah." And then Oren in Japanese immediately is like, "You lie!" And Black Mamba's like, "Look, bitch." And she turns the sword, and the mark from the sushi guy, it's just some sushi on the sword. And it's just clear as day. It's like, yeah, this is a sushi sword, so fuck you.
Sushi sword, baby.
Sushi sword. It cuts all sushi, any type.
It'll cut God.
Yeah. Oof. God, watch out. But Oren says in Japanese that swords don't get tired, and I hope you saved your energy. If you haven't, you might not last 5 minutes. Now, if anyone's ever seen anime, this is it. This is what they do in anime, which they probably took from Kung Fu as well, where they have these like drawn out stare downs and kind of over the top corny lines. But it's like, dude, if you're about to die and you're the best of the best fighter, might as well. I think about it sometimes like, that's a little corny for some things. And it's like, well, bro, if you're the best of the best and you're about to die and you spent your whole life up to this moment, have some fun with it and give me a line. Give me something cool.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like if you're about to die on your blade and this might be it. And I don't know, I'm not talking about, because we don't know who dies yet. But for both of them.
We do.
Yeah. But for both of them, they're both acting the same way. And I'm like, man, that's how you got to be in that moment. And then we get some like uppy music. So we're like, oh shit's about to go down. And Oren does his like, it's not like a bow, but it's kind of like she kind of goes to the ground like a little bit. It's kind of like a bow. I don't know what it is. But and then she stands back up, and then she takes her sword out, and she stands. She's got an attack stance, which is also anime related. And I'm like, oh, I'm so hyped. This is great. Build the suspense. And then we get a stare down, and then amazing sword fighting. They immediately just go at it, and you're like, oh yes. And the choreography is top notch. It's fucking top tier choreography. It's pretty close, but then Oren slices the back of Mamba, the back of Black Mamba's back. That was hard to say.
Nailed it.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast. And then she falls down in the snow. Now, there are some continuity errors with the scene with the blood and the snow, but we could also say that during the shots changing, the snow keeps pouring and it covers up maybe the blood in the snow. Who knows?
There we go.
I'm not a judge.
It's fucking snowing.
Yeah. But Oren giggles and then says, "Silly Caucasian girl, like to play with samurai sword. You may be able to fight like a samurai, but you can at least die like a samurai."
You may not be able to fight
yeah.
like one.
Yeah. I noticed that right when I said it. Then Black Mamba gets back up. Just like Goku does. Like the moment you think he's out, he gets back up. And she says in Japanese, attack me with everything you have. This is exactly what Goku would do in this situation. The moment he's down.
And Tomohiro Ishii.
yes. That dude too. And he would do the Brain Buster?
Brain Buster.
Yeah, Brain Buster.
And no one gets up from the brain. Your brain gets busted.
You're fucking done.
You think you're getting up after your brain's been busted?
Fuck no.
Hell no.
But they go at it. Sorry.
He bust brain. You see, he wrestled Chris Benoit once. He busted Chris Benoit's brain so much, Chris Benoit just fucking lost it. All thanks to Tomohiro Ishii.
If you guys don't know how Chris Benoit lost it, he might have killed his family and himself.
No maybe about it. He absolutely did.
Yeah.
But also, my joke was better
Than me describing it.
if we just let it sit.
Yeah.
Because the people who get it, and it's funny to them. The people who don't, Google it, and they're like, oh, wow, that was dark what David just said.
Yeah, it was kind of dark. I was trying to find some stupid joke to compare with.
We don't explain my
McMahon.
jokes on here. When I make my joke, we just let it sit.
We just let them figure it out.
Yeah. They either get it or they don't.
Yeah. And I just took
It's been almost 2 years of this. They know my humor. They know Chris Benoit did something bad.
But yeah, she's like, attack me with everything you have. And that's exactly what Goku would say. So I'm pumped. And once again, they go at it. And Black Mamba gets a strike to Oren's leg, like her thigh. We don't see exactly where because she's wearing like a dress.
In the femoral artery.
There you go. And she's bleeding. You could see it. It's dripping down her leg. And it hits Oren Ishii like a moment. Like, it's not as much as like, oh, I just got cut in the leg. It's like, oh, I just realized that you're better than I thought you were. So what she says is, for ridiculing you earlier, I apologize, in Japanese. And Black Mamba is like about to cry. Like, they're having like some moment together. And she says, accepted. Ready? Like, are you ready to fucking die, bitch? And then Oren says, come on, and like like all pumped up, fucking bring it, bro. And so they go at it again, and Black Mamba slices the top of her fucking head off. She does a fucking spinning thing. They kind of cut it. You don't really see exactly, but you just see Oren Ishii's top of her head just fucking fly through the air. It honestly reminds me when I would walk in to Gardens High School and there'd be a bunch of black girls fighting, and I'm not kidding when I say this, black weave flying everywhere. I'm not even kidding you, bro. Like, I know it's funny, but I'm serious. Like, there's a lot of times where I went to high school and saw black weave flying in the air. So this is like bringing back memories.
So, like you say, it was the black girls fighting.
Because what they do is they pull the hair.
I get what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
I understand what you're saying.
Just want to make sure.
I'm doing something different now.
Oh, okay.
But I understand that. I believe you. But the route I'm going to go with this is what you're saying is they were fighting. But really, they were just defending themselves from Hoff. like you'd show up there and he's just fucking all of them up. It was real. The fact that he did not get arrested and or expelled is bananas.
And, you know, that's one thing about Hoff. He acts sweet. Sometimes he acts like maybe even a bit shy, but he's pulling strings left and right. If you saw the way
he's
this
pulling
man...
weaves left and right.
That too.
Just snatching weaves, that guy.
But if you saw the way he talks to the AP and the fucking principal, I mean, everyone is on his payroll.
Oh,
yeah.
They know where their bread's buttered. They're not saying shit.
That's right, David. But we're back to the fight. Black Mamba is just she's almost as distraught as Oren is, because Oren is like mouth open, just like shocked at what happened. And the last thing she says is, because she's shocked, is that really was the sushi guy's sword.
It really was a sushi sword.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a big sushi sword.
That was a big sushi sword. And then she falls to her knees. Long pause, and then just falls down to her right. And yeah, man, she got fucked. And then it's because once again, Black Mamba's almost like in shock as well, and she just like goes and sits down as some Japanese song starts to play. Like she doesn't like leave right away. She just like sits down, kind of ponders.
She just killed 90
something people.
96 people.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
She's got to chill after that one.
Yeah. And then we see the list, and we see a line going through O-Ren Ishii's name. Last time we'll say that name. Then we drive to the hospital with the right-hand woman in the trunk because she doesn't have a left arm, and she was always the right-hand woman, so she's now even more the right-hand woman because she's only got one arm, and it's her right hand. And then we see... I love it. I love my jokes, man, because I'm writing this. I'm like, oh, this is going to hit.
Did you write that out?
Yeah, bro.
I assumed you were just riffing. I assumed you were just...
Then we see O-Ren's right-hand woman in the trunk of a car that Black Mamba is driving. I mean, I didn't get...
Yeah. So you call her the right-hand woman, but yeah. You didn't write out the whole left arm thing. Good. Like, I was hoping you were just riffing all that. Like, you just have the left arm all set. If you had all that written out, I was then going to go from, like, finding this funny to being annoyed that you wrote that out. You wouldn't have remembered that? You had to jot it down.
I mean, David, I don't know, man. Sometimes
you did remember. You nailed it.
Thanks, bud.
Nailed it.
But she drives the right-hand woman to the hospital, and then, opens the trunk and rolls her down the hill that leads, like, right to the back of the hospital. We see, like, people come out and, like, start to care for her, like, take her in. But then while she's in the hospital, we see someone approach her from behind. We don't see the face, but we hear the voice, and it's got to be Bill. It's got to be the same dude.
We saw the face at one point.
We did?
100%. Bill is Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs.
When did we see his face?
At one point, they showed all of them at the wedding. All of them, like, standing over.
They showed the four, but the dude wasn't.
They show him. I promise you.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, oh,
but
shit.
You remember the dude I'm talking about, though, right?
I go, oh, shit, that's Mr. Blonde. It's exactly where I went, and that's who Bill is.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Blonde.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
But the four that are standing over them, there's, like, another dude that's not Bill. You're not talking about him, right?
I mean, I assume Mr. Blonde is Bill.
Well, there's one other guy that's a guy that's part of the assassins, the deadly assassins. You're probably right, but I just don't know.
Oh, I
just don't remember seeing the shot of Bill. That's why I say that. But we see that person approach the right-hand woman.
Oh, we way didn't. I'm way off. Mr. Blonde is...
Yeah.
He's a part of this.
Yeah.
He is not Bill.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I was right. Yeah. So that guy, he's in Kill Bill too. He's part of the Deadly Assassins, but he's not Bill. So from my understanding, we don't see Bill ever. We just hear him and see.
I
his
like
body.
this movie less. I was like, good for Mr. Blonde. He's Bill? Like, good for him.
Well, you'll love to see him in Kill Bill too.
Well, bless.
Yeah, damn. All right. Well, we see Bill, not his face, get up behind Sophie and say, "My Sophie, I'm so sorry." And she says, "Please forgive me my betrayal." He says, "Shh, no more of that." She's like, but still nothing, except my aching heart for what she's done to my beautiful and brilliant Sophie. So it sounds like every girl that talks to Bill is part of his beautiful little bunch. Every girl that he owns every beautiful girl.
Beautiful little bunch.
Because he refers to every girl as beautiful, bro. Every line.
Beautiful. It's this beautiful little bunch.
The beautiful one-eyed, the beautiful, yeah. So it's every girl's beautiful. And then it gets a little cutty here. We cut to Black Mamba.
Let's just say what happens, because we're 3 hours in.
Yeah.
Like, let's not cut back, and then she's telling him this.
Do
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fucking remember it the right way.
Just do what Uma Thurman did. And know that...
But there's certain lines. Let me see
Sophie
if I can find
is
them.
relaying this to Bill.
Yeah.
Or do it however the fuck you ever.
Yeah, let me do it. Let me do it this way, because I feel like it makes sense. So Black Mama ends up telling her when she was in the trunk, she's like, I kept you alive for 2 reasons. The first reason is information. But I'm going to ask you questions, and every time you don't give me answers, I'm going to cut something off, and starting with the fucking other arm. Just, hopefully, we don't see. Hopefully she's still got that right hand, that right arm. But then we come back to the hospital, and the guy asks her, why she thinks that she was kept alive, which is the right-hand woman. And she says, guessing won't be necessary. She informed me. She said I could keep my wicked life for 2 reasons. And then we cut back. And Black Mama is saying, as I said, I've allowed you to keep you alive for 2 reasons. The second reason is so you could tell him in person everything that happened here tonight. I want him to witness the extent of my mercy by witnessing your deformed body. I want you to tell him all the information that you just told me. I want him to know. I want him to know. And I want him to know what I know. And I want them all to know they'll all soon be as dead as O-Ren. And that's basically what she tells him. And then we cut to the fucking airplane. So the airplane is like her going back, and she's writing on a list, and she's like she writes out the rest of the list. We see now the rest of the deadly assassins. When we first start, right before that, we hear a voice of the sushi guy saying in Japanese, revenge is never a straight line. It's a forest. And like a forest, it's easy to lose your way, to get lost, to forget where you came in. And then we see the guy that you were talking about. What's his name again? You gave him the name from the movie.
Mr. Blonde?
Mr. Blonde. Then we see Mr. Blonde, and he says, that woman deserves her revenge, and we deserve to die. And then we see beautiful one-eyed woman, and she says, she must suffer to her last breath. And then we hear the voice say, which is Bill, say, one last thing, Sophie. Is she aware that her daughter is still alive? Boom! The end!
That's volume 1, guys.
So it's a revenge story, but then she found out her daughter's still alive, and now she's like, oh,
What a fucking twist.
what a twist.
But you know what movie has even more twists?
That's nutty.
Nutty Professor. You got no idea what's going to happen next.
Dude,
and
so
the
nutty.
ending, holy shit, will the ending catch you by surprise.
Never see it coming.
You know what other movies better have some twists?
Kill Bill Volume 2!
Kill Bill Volume 2, guys.
Wow!
We're doing it next week. We're following it up right away.
Yes.
Do you guys want to watch Kill Bill Volume 2 before we do a podcast on Kill Bill Volume 2? You should watch Kill Bill Volume 2 before we do a podcast on Kill Bill Volume 2. Here's where you can watch Kill Bill Volume 2 before we do a podcast on Kill Bill Volume 2. I don't fucking know. It's the same as Kill Bill.
Yeah,
I watched Kill Bill. I rented it on Amazon for $3.99. It says $2.99. It's $3.99. Braden watched it on 123.4movies.go.1234movies.com.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who did?
You did.
Where?
You, on your computer.
Bro, I got Netflix. All you got to do is change the destination of where you watch Netflix from. Got to change it to a different country, and then there you go. It's on Netflix.
Is that how you watched it?
Yep.
I don't think it is. I think you're lying to me. I think you're lying to the listeners and the
Google
viewers.
it.
I mean, I believe that's a thing. I believe that's possible. I don't believe you did it.
I tried.
And then you were like, "Oh, I'm not spending fucking $3.99." You can suck my dick. You think I'm gonna spend $3.99 on this movie?
Yeah, this fuck them. No, Quentin, I didn't do that, bro. I would love to be an actor in your film, and I would always pay for every film that you've ever made.
Only half of that's true. Braden doesn't want to be in your film.
To a degree.
He bought them all. He doesn't want to be in your fucking film.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No, wait, what?
Yeah, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta make him fucking want you,
Yeah,
all right?
no, you're right.
You
you're
don't
right.
want it. Now he's like, well, I gotta have him.
Shit.
I gotta have him now. He's fucking he's Harvey Weinstein's guy.
Yeah.
If you don't want it, that makes you more enticing to him.
And I'm sure Harvey Weinstein played hard to
And
get.
then he's like, no.
No?
I'm saying, like, he takes after Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, so
How, like, you know, like the girls Harvey Weinstein, they didn't want to be with Harvey.
so
That
I
made
play
more-
hard to get
That made, yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay,
that'll
yeah.
make him want you more.
because I'm like,
Because he's like Harvey.
yeah.
Because he's friends with Harvey. He takes after his buddy Harvey Weinstein.
Mm-hmm.
And like Harvey Weinstein wanted the girls who didn't want to be with him.
Okay, so don't seduce him. Do the opposite.
Do the opposite,
Yeah.
and then make him force himself on you.
Oh, and then be like, oh no,
He
don't
will
don't stop.
force- No, don't make me be in the movie.
Oh,
you're gonna make me
man.
be the lead in your movie. Oh,
Oh,
no, I don't want to
no.
do that.
Yeah, I
So
definitely won't do
guys-
that.
Braden, we're doing Kill Bill because it was your choice. We did Walking Tall because someone pretended to be Corbin Finlayson and suggested it. But like, how would someone go about doing that? Like, how did we even hear about that person pretending to be Corbin Finlayson and suggesting Walking Tall?
Oh well, they just went to our website, David.
Oh, we have a website?
Yeah, 56kings.com.
Hold on. FIVESIXKING.com.
Yes.
And what, just like at the top is there a submit ideas tab? They went and clicked it. They said, oh, I'm Corbin Finlayson. And then they said, I want
I'll get them. I'll say I'm Corbin.
yeah. I want you to do Walking Tall.
They'll do it then.
I want you to do Walking Tall, and I want David to do it. Or they could be like, I want you to do Walking Tall, and I want fucking Braden to do it.
That's right.
And then they hit submit, and then we get an email saying, hey, Corbin Finlayson wants David or Braden to bring you through Walking Tall.
That's right.
I mean, guys, it's that easy.
It's so
I don't
easy.
know what you're doing.
It's as easy as
Go into a website and click into the submit ideas tab and doing all that stuff. That's how easy it is.
that or Black Mamba slicing people with the sushi sword.
It's way easier than that.
So easy.
It's way easier than that. It seemed hard, and like it took a lifetime of training for her to be able to do.
What's a
This
sushi
is
sword?
so much easier.
It's a sushi sword, David.
Braden, when do new episodes of the 5-6 Kings come out?
No, David, it's every motherfucking Monday.
Unless it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's not, it just couldn't be.
Yeah. We don't control reality or like
Yeah, so like if it doesn't come out on Monday, it doesn't come out on Monday.
yeah, like what
And,
are
like,
we
yeah, like,
God
what-
or something?
And like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
yeah.
Huh?
What do you got a sword that can cut through God?
Huh, you listener? Huh, you viewers? You're not gonna do shit about it.
Tell him.
You're gonna sit back. You're gonna fucking take it.
Take it. Wow.
So that's it.
I feel better.
That's all we got this week, guys. Go to Nev's. Tell them the 5-6 King sent you. Get some brisket, some mac and cheese, some cornbread.
And don't
a
forget
brownie.
the brownie.
Can't forget the brownie. Force if
That-
they're like, hey, we're out of. It's never happened to me.
That
But
one-
if they're like, hey, we're out of brownies, then be like, you know, well, you can put that food back because I'm fucking leaving.
Well, the one fucking dude didn't eat it. I'm gonna eat 15
Oh,
pounds.
I'm gonna eat all this stuff. No brownie.
Yeah.
Doesn't count. Doesn't fucking count.
Get him out of here.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I love you all very much. We'll see you at Volume 2.
Peace out.
Bitch, I'm from Palm Beach County. That's where I'm from. When niggas get gunned